In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law, to pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. It's nighttime. It's the right time. I'm sorry. I just woke up. I got the show prep done for tonight and tomorrow morning. I turned on another episode of that Trainwreck series on Netflix. I laid back and luckily I had an alarm set, but I lay back. I got real problems, like real grown-up problems. And one of them is I got to stop falling asleep on the recliner. Because like now when I sit up straight with good posture, the left side of my neck and shoulder hurts. I know, real problems, like I said. Real shit going on over here. Welcome, two-a-days. Just one more day of these two-a-days, huh? And then we're off to Thursday and then Rumble Friday. I'm excited. This could be, however, the final night of us being ahead. It had to come to an end sometime. I so appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much. This has been fantastic these last few weeks. Not having any goals, not having to worry about anything like that, just sitting around doing shows. And you guys have been keeping it going a long, long time. Longer than I thought you would. So thank you very much for that. It's $295 for tomorrow morning. I don't expect you. I didn't expect you to knock out this morning's goal last night. Yet there you were. But I really don't expect you to hammer out tomorrow morning. Here's what we can do. We can get it to a nice, easy spot so it's not a thing tomorrow morning. I mean, the morning crowd today did a great job with your goal. They did a great job getting this one down by 30 or 40 bucks. But I've forgotten what it feels like to fall asleep and wake up with a goal. I really have. I've forgotten. And tomorrow morning, I'll get to feel that for the first time ever. Well, not for the first time ever, for the first time in a long time. So thank you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun. Let's get tonight's show started while I get my bearings about it. I'm not kidding. I woke up 5 or 10 minutes before the show started. And I feel I've got that loopy. I fell asleep in the middle of the day. Not quite. I'm still trying to figure out what day it is. Kind of vibe going on. Great day, though. I turned on another episode of that Trainwreck. I watched the one on American Apparel. These are on Netflix, by the way. We talked about the poop ship one. I turned on the one on American Apparel, and I think there's a reason I fell asleep. I just so don't give a fuck about fashion. I mean, it's all just overly dramatic people with overly dramatic problems, like serious fucking issues. And they're all, I mean, it like male or female, it's like the worst version of your worst relationship ever. The story of American Apparel is supposed to be like they were this crazy cutting edge clothing company, and they were run by this madman, this unconventional guy, Dov Charney. And I remember his story, but I remember like he was a fucking psycho. He was a lunatic, but then he employed like mentally ill nut bars to run his company. And then, of course, when you hire scorpions, you can't be mad when they sting you. So Dove Charney, like I'm watching this documentary and I'm like, all of these people are detestable drama whores. Like there's one, like to call him flamboyantly flaming gay is an insult to like Nathan Lane in The Birdcage. It's just, it's too much. Or Harvey Fierstein in Mrs. Doubtfire, or Harvey Fierstein in Independence Day, or really, just Harvey Fierstein. I don't think Nathan Lane's in The Birdcage, now that I think of it. Either way, it's just all of these people who have fucking problems. And then when things start going south for American Apparel, all of a sudden they all, oh, Dove Charney's a terrible guy. Oh, Dove Charney did this. Oh, Dove Charney did that. I don't know what's true. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's not. All I know is Dove Charney's a moron and a psycho who employed mentally ill fashion enthusiasts, although I repeat myself, and his company came crumbling down. But I didn't get to the end of it because I just was so bored and so tired that I didn't give a fuck. I just really didn't give a fuck about the whole thing. If American Apparel was still going today, I wouldn't know. If American Apparel died those days, I wouldn't know. I can't recommend it. It wasn't a very interesting, like as good as the Shit Cruise one was, the American Apparel one was. We have become a far too trusting society. We've forgotten the lesson that our parents taught us when little kids can't play with their toys. You break the toy and you go this way, you go that way. We don't do that enough anymore. Every time someone comes forward with aggrieved status, we immediately treat it like it's legitimate. And I think that's one of our biggest pitfalls is like, I'm watching this Dove Charney thing and I'm like, okay, this person's fucking crazy though. And they're like, yeah, well, they said Dove Charney did this. I'm like, yeah, but they're fucking nuts. Like, consider the source. They might be wrong. And it's like, well, what if Dove Charney did do that? And I'm like, I suppose that's possible too, because he's fucking insane. So he could be, but both of these people are what we call unreliable narrators. Could somebody have been like psychologically harmed in this? Sure. Maybe someone was psychologically harmed, but cut them both loose. Just like, honestly, let them both go. Especially in the fashion industry, like how are you supposed to know? Like just assume they're all fucked up. So I don't recommend it, but the Shit Cruise, watch the Shit Cruise. Just for the Indian guy and the Soviet chick. How's that? Chad Buzamok says, can we get an update on Johnny's story of the comedy scene from this morning? That was bad, huh? Did you see me during that segment? I'm sitting there and I'm just going, what? Because what were we about to talk about? And I was really excited to get into it. And Johnny starts telling this story and I'm like, I encourage my co-hosts to take the stick and go for it and shoot for the fences and provide some, if they provide good content and they provide something funny, it only helps my show. So I'm a happy guy. Get after it. And, the Nick Swardson thing. We were about to talk about the rumor that Nick Swardson brings unfunny comics on the road so he can fuck them in the butt. Whether or not that's true, I didn't really care. It's just funny that Corey Adam and Chad Zumach both have opened for Nick Swardson. So it's funny to think that my friend got brought onto Nick Swardson's tour so he could be sodomized. I don't think it happened, but it's, again, funny to think about. And then Johnny starts going into this story that had less than zero to do with what we were about to do. I think it's just bothered Johnny all these years, and I think he just wanted to get it off his chest. And then you guys asked something about him wanting to chop up Digger, and he got really mad. Like, he got really mad at that part, too. Like, I was like, well, because the answer he gave was weird. He gave an answer. We were like, Johnny, do you really want to chop up Digger and kill her? He's like, nah, she's in Canada. It's like, bro, that's not the way you answer that question. Like, does this sound weird? Hey, Johnny, ask me if I want to chop up SP and kill her. Hey, Aaron, you want to chop up SP and kill her? No, she's back home. Like, that's not, no, I don't want to chop her up and kill her. That's, I don't want to run an errand. It's a totally different answer to a question that wasn't asked. And he got pissed. I feel like he got pissed at me for that. I feel like he got mad. And now the nice thing is he has 6 days to kind of rest up. He doesn't have to do any more steel toe this week. I will say in advance, he's not dead. But he has 6 days to kind of rest up. And then he can do a couple more shows next week. Nicole says, just woke up. More day drinking. No, I'm getting old. I'm getting old, and I get up at 10 after 5 in the morning, and I get sleepy, and I do 2 shows a day. And I look, I understand that my 2 shows a day still don't equal a full day, a work day for most people. I get that. I understand. I'm very lucky to be able to do this. I have a blast doing this. That said, I get up at 5:10 in the morning. I run around. I do my stuff. I do some things around the house. I maybe run out and run some errands. I get home. I have a couple hours. I turn something on, and like a guy who's getting old, I fall asleep on the chair sometimes, like your Pop did. I sometimes have my Pop moments. And I take a nice little nap. And don't make me fucking apologize for my 15, 20-minute cat naps. I feel fantastic afterwards. Like right now, I'm kind of coming out of it. I feel terrific. Buzamok says, starting to think there was vodka in those drinks you had this morning. No. But I did have another glass of the spicy dill Bloody Mary mix. And I will say, that is too much sodium to have in one day. I'm feeling a little puffer fishish. Puffer fishish. I think I said that right. Puffer fishish, if you will. Buzamok says, stretch that $800 lead a decent way. I mean, goddamn, right? Like 2 weeks? But we were ahead before that. We had just gotten back to not having goals. I mean, this is almost a 3-week deal. So thank you very much for that. And if by hook or by crook we make $300 tonight, obviously I'll go till 9 o'clock. I'll do a 3-hour show for you if you guys go that crazy and we stay ahead. But not expecting it. This has been an amazing run. Thank you so much. If you feel like chipping in, you know where to do it. Let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll get into all of our stuff. Chad Buzamok says the Gold Nightmares will be back soon enough. I hope not. But look, you can't take away the only stressor you have in your day for 3 weeks and not feel incredibly good about it. It's got to come back at some point. Miss Tay with $20. Give her a Hogan.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Miss Tay says, sounds like low T. Hey, chat. It's not, I don't suffer from low T. My testosterone is fine. I'm good. I just had a physical this year. I'm a picture of a man. Literally, if you take a picture, people would say that's a picture of a man. So I'm doing okay. But thank you, Miss Tay. I appreciate it. Thank you for starting us off with $20 tonight. 280 is the number for tonight. If we knock that out, I'll do 3 hours gladly for you guys. I appreciate us being ahead this long. Nicole says Aaron was bequeathed half of Johnny's debt and an elaborate deep freeze full of narwhal meat. I would so lean into that, the meat thing, if I were Johnny. I don't understand how that could be a frustrating thing. It's like the, what do you call it? It's like what's the thing they say I do? Oh, yeah, traffic small Asian women. Like, I kind of leaned into that one. I even bought some. It's like, when people say something, you roll with it. Chad Buzamok says, did the golf tourney ticket sales pick up, or thinking week before will be main grab time? We did have a few today. I'm not really concerned about the golf tournament because it's already at a number where for the first year I'd be like, that's great. Like, that's a killer start for the golf tournament. I always hate, and again, we've been doing comedy shows for 10 years now. And I always hate that you have like half the tickets sell the first week, the other half sell the week of, and that's just how it always works. No matter how you want it to go. And there's been some of those shows where we've sold out in a week's time. Like, it happens when we go to Foley. We usually sell out very quickly. Sartell, we usually sell out very quickly. But normally for the anniversary show, it's first week and then week of. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do other than, wish in one hand, shit in the other, see which one fills up faster. But if you want to go to Eventbrite, right now the prizes for first place are $500 for the golf tournament, $400 for second, $300 for third. And that's what we're going with. Let's go to Taste Fair. Oh, there's the let's go to. Corey Adam being gay. Yeah, that's what it was about. The Swardson, Corey Adam being gay thing. Wow, I am way behind in the chat. Holy shit. Doggo Doesn't Die says he was just making a comparison that people aren't patty and make shit up. I think petty. I think he means petty. No, he doesn't mean they're like burger patties. No, I understand. I just really got lost for a minute. Like when he was talking about it, I got lost. I was like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know what the deal is here. I missed it. Taste Fairy Ialto says Johnny will be back on his feet in a week. That's not. Is that nice? I don't think that's nice. I don't think that's very nice. Hey, did you guys know I have a view clip tonight? Just wondering. My Lost Interest says, do you cover up with your Grammy's crocheted blankie when you nap? No, but I do use her tie quilt. No, it's not a tie quilt. She made a quilt. It is my grandmother's quilt, though. Yes. I do use my Grammy's quilt. So, go ahead. You got anything to fucking say about that? About me taking a little siesta with Grammy's quilt? She was a wonderful woman. Better than your grandma. MSO says, hey, Aaron, just because some dude stuck his finger up your ass doesn't mean you had a physical. What? I thought that's what a physical was. I thought you just went someplace and a guy stuck his finger up your ass and went, seems good to me. And I thought that meant I thought that was how doctors do it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Buzamok says, Miss Tay, you the same Miss Tay Chad was going off on again yesterday. He really doesn't like sending stuff to people and then blames them for turning on them. What did Miss Tay do to Chad Zumach? I hope that she didn't do something mean to old Chad. I secretly don't fucking care. But I hope she didn't do that. Nicole says, small Asian women. Aaron is a confirmed VTuber fan. Sam Show says, but the exotic meats thing isn't even Johnny's bit. It was forced on him because King Kong Dong gave out trivia about gorilla jizz. Why do any of you have any trivia about gorilla jizz? Are we just not going to... Why do... Here's what I know about gorilla jizz. I'm pretty sure it exists. That's it. Billy Bob Norris says, plot twist, Miss Tay is SP undercover. The only way that Miss Tay would be SP undercover would be if she sent in $100 right now. And if she doesn't send in $100 right now, then she's not SP undercover. That's a ridiculous thing to say, to be quite honest with you. See how I can... See, when you really like being ahead, you find really tricky ways to stay ahead. That's how it works. Buzamok says, Miss Tay did nothing. She blocked him by accident, I think, believing it was me, and Chad went off. When told it was a mistake, he seemed fine, but then she didn't donate anymore, so now he has a problem again. Do you know how many people used to donate shit fuckloads of money to this show, and now they just sit back and listen and enjoy the program? Nothing wrong with that. It takes all kinds to keep a show moving. Don't I know it? God damn. Fauci's Pangolin says gorilla jizz is much thicker than monkey cum. I don't care if that's true or not. Let's not. No. Miss Tay says there's no way I'm getting undercover with Aaron. Fucking savage. Whoa. Wait. I can understand you not wanting your identity shown or you not wanting to be falsely mistaken for somebody else. I get that. But to say like, oh, I don't want to be under the covers with Aaron Immel, like, you can do worse than me. It's not really a good defense of yourself, is it? It's not. You can do a lot shittier than you're usually supposed to say. What's wrong with me? I can hold my own in the bedroom. I'm a good enough guy. None of the, I seem to be always starting from a compromised position, I'm noticing. It's never like, I fuck like a freight train and I'm a great dude. It's, I can hold my own in there and I'm a decent enough dude. I'm a regular guy. I'm a swell guy. I'm a normal guy. Bocephus says, I'm one of those people, LOL. You got enough of that of my money. See, it's nothing personal. It's not like he doesn't like me anymore. He's just like, look, I went through a phase where I gave a shitload of money to Steel Toe, and now that phase is over, and other people pick up the tab. It's perfect. Professor Tie-Dye says there's no way Miss Tay would have anything to do with Aaron. Miss Tay has self-respect. That hurts me. Buzamok, that's funny, but shut the fuck up. Vadam with $5 says King Kong Dong wants to hand out gorilla semen at the anniversary show, golf outing, and the cornhole tournament. Don't forget the lube. Jeez. I hope there's no... I would like to see the anniversary show be a jizz-free event. That's just my personal wishes. That's all. Root says, people hate me for not hating you. My own goddamn friends. Well, here's what I would say to them. That's fucking gay, and it's just the internet. Stop being a homo. That's what I would say. Vadam with $5 says, King Kong Dong has a nice... Why are we doing this? Like, look, the closer we get to banging out tomorrow morning's goal and staying ahead, the happier I am. Don't get me wrong. But why are we doing... King Kong Dong has a nice big penis with foreskin and a big bush of pubic hair. Vadam, why? Why are we doing this tonight? I was looking for nice and easy. We were going to celebrate our last night of being ahead. It was going to be great, and now that great. Root says, and I do hate you, but now I act like you're all right out of spite. That's this fucking spirit. That's the way to be a guy. That's the way to be a dude. Sam Show says, why are you trying to kill an obviously funny bit? You trying to be Johnny. What, the gorilla cum? You guys can make great jokes about gorilla cum. I have no issue with it. I'm just extolling my wishes to not have gorilla cum present at my anniversary show. Oh, by the way, the anniversary show, that one is, like I said, it's half gone. So if you're a VIP and you want to claim your 2 tickets, I would do that in the next week or so because, like I said, in a couple weeks, it's things are going to go ape shit quickly and fill up for the anniversary show. So make sure you claim your 2 free tickets if you're a VIP. Fuck you, dude, says, I have it on good authority that Aaron is going to propose at the anniversary show. If I were to have that special moment, I can promise you that I would not have that moment in front of you guys. Nothing personal. I just wouldn't. All right? Just my own personal thing. I just don't feel like proposing in front of all of you guys. All right, let's get into some trouble tonight. Let's see what we can get into. Oh, by the way, a couple of clips from this morning's show are on the YouTube channel. If you want to check those out, go ahead and check them out. Hit like, share them, all that stuff. Miss Tay says, Aaron thinks he's too good for Gorilla Goon. Me thinks his track record says the opposite. Miss Tay can be his fourth wife after SP. Look, just relax. Everybody just calm down. Okay? Everybody just calm down. I feel we're getting a little weird tonight. That's all. We're going to get in. We're going to do a nice show. We got a couple hours of stuff to do, and then we're all going to go to bed. How's that? 270 is the number for tomorrow morning. You stay ahead, you get a 3-hour show. Thank you guys very much. I've got to start today with great news. I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you plan on traveling in the near future, but for the last almost 24 years, no, this didn't happen after 9/11. This was a separate incident. For over 20 years, when you go to the airport, you have to do the most retarded, and I will pick up a new pen. Don't worry. There we go. It just literally, like I have arthritis, it just slipped through my hand. I just loosened my grip, and out it went. For the last 20 plus years, when you go to the airport, when you travel, you've had to take off your fucking shoes when you go through security. It makes no sense. One, if you don't know the story behind this, there's a guy named Richard Reed. He was the shoe bomber. And on a flight after 9/11, he tried to light his sneakers on fire because there was a bomb in his sneakers and he was going to blow up the plane. Ever since then, we've all had to take our shoes off at the airport lest one of us was going to blow up the plane with a shoe bomb. Now, I love this. I like the idea of not having to take my shoes off at the airport. I can wear, look, it's not advised, but I can wear flip-flops to the airport if I want to, if I'm going somewhere tropical. I appreciate that. However, it does make me think, well, isn't this kind of the perfect time for like the shoe bomb terrorists to like make their comeback? Like, who's to say? Like, now, I think it's smart. I think it's the right call. I think taking off the shoes in the first place was really, really stupid. But we've been doing it for 20 years. What if the terrorists go, aha, we've lulled them into a 20-year false sense of security on the shoes. Time to pack those bastards with plastique again and see if we can pull it off this time. I don't know. All I know is I'm going to be happy to not have to take off the shoes at the airport, but I'm also in the back of my head going to be a little nervous that if a guy's beard is too long, he might be packing in his shoes. That's all. They're already scanning your dick, says Sam Show. That's true. You got to go in and do the thing. In Minnesota, it's like this. In Florida, it was like hands down. But in Minnesota, when you go through the body scanner, you got to have your hands up like that. So I guess they're already scanning your dick and balls, and they're already scanning your feet. So they'll be able to find a bomb if it's in there. Did I tell you that the last time I was at the airport back in May, that the TSA employees were just saying the word bomb? Just openly. Like the thing we're not supposed to say. They're going through SP's suitcase because it got marked because she had a little battery or electric vacuum sealer thing in there. And the lady goes, oh, man, look at that. That does look like a bomb, though. And we're like, ah, you can't say the B word. And she goes, oh, shit, you're right. Like, yeah, I know. Can't just be saying bomb. So I suppose they're already doing the full body scans. So I guess it is redundant to take your shoes off. Getting on a plane always feels like being arrested, says Taste Fairy. I know the feeling of both, and they are quite similar. They take your shoes, hat, belt, keys, and wallet. Yeah, you got to empty your pocket, right? Boozamak says, I run hot, so I always wear sandals and shorts on a plane. Okay, you can wear sandals and shorts on a plane. That's fine. But wearing the sandals on the plane, like as you're walking through the airport, do you sometimes go, ooh, this is like, do you think about the sanitation part of it and go, this, not the cleanest place? to wear the sandals. And like, we have MSP, we have Minneapolis St. Paul International Airport. It's one of the best airports in the world. And even then, it's like my bare feet exposed. Ugh. I don't like it. Concrete Petey says he should have had a boom bra, 20 years of glass cutters. Oh, yeah, if he would have tried to put on a man's ear and blew up the plane, then it would have been nothing but free hanging tits at the airport, all through security. No, there would have been a lawsuit for that one by now. There would have been a lawsuit of some TSA guy staring too long or grabbing or, you know, he's tuning in Tokyo or whatever. And there would have been some kind of complaint, you know? So I think the bra thing wouldn't have lasted 20 years. Rexstart parody account says even the terrorists are tired of taking off their shoes. This truce will hold. Perhaps. Perhaps. Buzamak says, were you saying jokes in front of them? Maybe that's why they were saying bomb. Oh, I get it. She wasn't even talking about the vacuum sealer. I made a joke, and then that lady went, oh, that is like a bomb. I get it. I'm not funny. My Lost Interest says, how would one go about hiding a bomb in their dick? I don't know, like tucked under? Wouldn't that be awful if Richard Reed had tried to have a Fremunda bomb, and then when you go through security, you just got to grab your dick and balls and lift them up, show the TSA your taint, and be like, dude, I swear to God, I'm not packing a bomb underneath my nutsack. Oh, just the look and smell and the PTSD that all the employees are going to have. You know, now that you guys are mentioning it, thank God Richard Reed only tried to put a bomb in his shoe. Because there could have been a lot worse places that he tried to hide that bomb that would have made the airport infinitely times more uncomfortable than the shoe thing. Chevmatic with $1 says, I'm sure it took the machine forever to do your full body scan. Oh, I get it, because compared to the rest of the country, I'm a very normal-sized person. I understand. Oh, I get the joke. Compared to literally everyone else on the internet, I'm a skinny guy. Compared to the American public at large, I'm a very normal-sized individual. But let's just pull fat jokes out of our ass again. That sounds like fun. You know, do you know how fucking amazing I am? Do you know how incredible and unbelievably mentally strong I am? I should have every complex known to man at this point. After 10 years of the steel toe audience making their fat jokes, I should have the worst body dysmorphia you've ever seen. Now, do I get on a scale multiple times a day? Yes, that's true. But the way you guys talk, I should see myself as like Randall McDaniel. I should see myself as like a 360-pound offensive guard. But you know what? I know for a fact that compared to the rest of the country, I'm very normal-sized. And compared to internet culture, I'm a string bean. So, therefore, your words cannot hurt me. Even if that one did produce a rant out of me a little bit. 09 Canyon says, flip-flops in a public bathroom. That is disgusting, right? That's the one I would think about. That's the one I would judge Buzamak for the most, is the flip-flops in the public bathroom. Because, like, it's just kind of, it's on and around your feet at that point. Harry Balls says vibrator or vacuum sealer. She says vacuum sealer, and God damn it, I believe her, you know? Chad Buzamak says that's true dedication if doing it that way. Yeah, you can't really call a terrorist a fraud if they're tucking a bomb in their nutsack. That's a difficult one. Das Optic Nerve says Aaron's chins look like a mountain stage in the Tour de France. Oh, see, there we go again. Another fat joke from a guy who's probably fatter than I am. At least you're in a good mood after SP turned down your proposal. Wait, what? Where'd that come from? I didn't propose. Sam Show says, I had to show cops my... Oh, God. I didn't know that we were going to get everyone's showing my balls in public story, but here we go. Sam Show says, I had to show cops my balls to make sure I wasn't hiding weed. It was painfully obvious that I wasn't packing anything. Maybe rephrase that. Maybe don't be like, hey, it was painfully obvious. There's no bulge in my pants at all. What the fuck did they expect? My dick is tiny. Oh, I guess we're just going there then. Holy shit. Fuck you, dude says, calm down. You're getting all jiggly. God damn it. Buzamok says, have you ever... Oh, he's defending himself with the flip-flops in the public bathroom. He says, never been to a beach. It's no different. That's a little different. It's a little different. He also says, learn to aim your piss. You're right, but do you really want to put your sanitary conditions in the hands of how other people handle their piss in public? I don't know. Dub says, Aaron might win a boxing match if he did what all non-retards do. Not use roids, but withdraw pints of blood to a week prior to fight. And then on fight day, re-inject his own blood to gain strength. You know what I found out? Is that Mills Lane made this point, is that the fighters who die from subdural hematomas in boxing, it's not from the pressure and the power of the punches necessarily and everything else, because you don't see heavyweights die from that. You don't see heavyweights dying from the subdural hematomas. What it is you have these featherweights and all these other people who die in the ring who melt their bodies down and dehydrate and drop every single ounce of weight they can to make weight, and their bodies aren't in their optimum condition come fight night. And I was like, holy shit, I never thought of that before. But that's a great point. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, I like to fly out of Fargo, North Dakota, Hector Airport. They don't feel you up and molest you like they do at Minneapolis Airport. Well, sorry we make you feel sexy here. My fucking bad. Chevmatic with $5 says, $5 for making a Tuesday evening feel like a Wednesday evening show. Thank you, I suppose. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, you guys are only $2.65 away from tomorrow morning and keeping us ahead for another day, which, I have to say, I've really grown accustomed to, and I really like it. So if you were thinking this week, I'm going to drop some big drops on the Steel Toe Show, I think tonight's the night to do it. Das Optic Nerve says, I had to show cops my balls because I was smuggling hand grenades in my undies, but it was my balls. You see, guys, what he's saying is he has large testicles. That's, if you were wondering, he's trying to say that his balls are massive. Fuck you, dude says, I had to show an old man my butthole to join the military. For the last time, fuck you, dude, you didn't have to do that. He asked and you just did it. Everybody told you you don't have to do that. When you said, hey, I had to show that old man my butthole to join the military, they were like, no, he asked all of us and we didn't do it. And we still got in. That old man asks to see everyone's butthole. Everybody's. It's unnerving. Concrete Petey says that makes him optimum prime for fighting. He has 4 years of stored energy. I don't know what he's talking about. Sam Show says, Aaron, you could walk away from this show and join the military to check buttholes. Wow. You mean me? I could be a professional butthole checker? You know what they call that job? A rim guard. You didn't know that. You didn't know. Doggo Doesn't Die says, if you do show the butthole, they put you in the Navy. I like that one. Fauci's Pangolin says, I also show an old man my butthole, but it was for tacos and a steel toe sticker. Oh, well, guess what then? In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God. The next two people to give us $20 are going to get 3 steel toe stickers then. That's what I say. There we go. That way you don't have to show your butthole for them. The next 3 people, or the next 2 people to drop $20 on the toe are getting 3 steel toe stickers. Chad Buzamok says, posted the clip you requested. Huh, that's really funny. I don't remember requesting a clip. I had no idea that happened. But let's take a look. Sometimes as we get going on the program, I forget. Maybe this is one of those times I forgot. Let's see what the clip is. What the fuck did they expect? My dick is tiny. Oh, what the fuck? Admittedly, I walked right into that one.
Just how retarded are you?
Thank you. Thank you so much. That one, like, I really just I have no defense for that one other than, sometimes you walk into shit and it's just there. Was I reading a comment? Yes, I was reading a comment. What was that clip edited or clipped in any way? No, it wasn't. I was not making a statement about myself. That statement was about something else someone else posted. I do believe it was out of context. But I can't post a good defense of myself on that one. MSO says, but Gravy Davy is still in the Navy and probably will be for life. His name's not Gravy. The song Piano Man. The song Piano Man does not contain the lyrics, but Gravy Davy is still in the Navy. That's not. He's talking to Davy, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. Go look up the lyrics. There is no but Gravy Davy. Although, I will say, if you have a friend, like when you were kids, he shit his pants somewhere in public, you have to call that guy Butt Gravy Davy. If you grew up with a guy named Dave and he ever shit himself and you guys don't call him Butt Gravy Davy, you're all a bunch of fucking losers who don't know how to have a good time. That's, as they say, a fact, Jack. Fuck you, dude says, no, I'm pretty sure those are the correct lyrics. And people are saying, oh, play Piano Man and prove it. Dude, there are just certain artists and certain songs that YouTube just goes, nope, whoop, sorry, get the fuck out of here. Billy Joel's one of them. Elton John's one of them. You know what song I was listening to the other day in the car as the kids and I were driving up to the cabin was a song that I forgot I liked a lot was Leave On by Elton John. Fantastic song. Fantastic song. Now, go find a friend of yours named Dave or an in-law or a sibling or whatever and just tell him a story about how he sharted in public once and call him Butt Gravy Davy. Please. Please do it for me. It was another W for Donald Trump in the Supreme Court today. The Supreme Court lifted an order blocking Trump's mass federal layoffs and allowing sweeping workforce cuts. The Supreme Court said it can continue. He can continue cutting people from federal offices. It's from his February 11th executive order mandating sweeping personnel cuts at 19 federal agencies, cutting 16,000 people. This was all before a district judge in San Francisco named Susan Ilston blocked the order on May 9th, saying the president doesn't have the authority to fire workers who serve in the executive branch without the permission of Congress. That's funny because I always thought if you were the head of the executive branch, you got to run the executive branch how you see fit. Now, if there's shit that crosses over into the legislative branch, you can't do that. Like you can't unilaterally cut spending. You can't go, oh, the military's budget is now going to be this year. That's something that has to be passed by Congress. That's the legislative branch's job. But if you're the chief executive and you do something that only affects the executive branch, you're allowed to do that. Like, for example, laying off 16,000 workers. And that's what he's doing. There was only one dissenting opinion on the Supreme Court. That means even the people who they say are liberal, Sonia Sotomayor, Elena Kagan, they voted with the other six to call it a win for Trump. But then Ketanji Brown Jackson was the only known dissent. That's right, the one who, in her opinion, last week wrote, and I quote, "Wait for it." That's right. She wrote, wait for it, in a Supreme Court opinion. She was the only one to object to it. She was the only one to dissent. So I mean, do these federal judges, do they ever get embarrassed when the Supreme Court sees the decision they made? And they go, like, do they ever just go, hey, you know the thing that you're doing? You know the decision that you made? We so disagree with this that all of us have decided that you're a fucking moron. all of us think you're terrible at your fucking job. Or are they so political? Are they such, as they call them, activist judges, that they're like, well, I'll try again to disrupt the president next time? I bet you it doesn't faze them. I bet you they're pretty arrogant. Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, Aaron, have you watched this YouTuber talk about the twins being for sale? I probably have not. I can't wait for the twins to be sold. I'm hoping they can be competitive again if they get sold. Thank you for the $5. We'll check that out in a second. $260 away from tomorrow morning's goal. This will probably be the last show that we are ahead for. It's been awesome being ahead. I've loved every part of it. If you guys do get this to zero, I will go till 9 o'clock tonight, but you are in no way obligated to do so. 260 is a lot for an evening show. The Supreme Court hands Trump another win. A Senate report shows only 6% of federal workers show up to work in person. In a related note. Oh, really? So Trump fired 16,000 federal workers. Everyone who doesn't like Trump, they go, oh my God, this is terrible. Oh, can you believe this? And now, like, you read an analysis of the federal workforce, and I mean, it's no secret government work does not have quality control. It doesn't have quality checking or anything like that. You're not expected to provide results. You know, Dan Aykroyd said in Ghostbusters, he goes, you've never worked in the private sector. They expect results. So it doesn't surprise me that 6% of federal workers actually show up to the office for work. And I'm sure those 6% that show up aren't like, you know, ridiculously productive or anything either. So I think that people always, like, big government people always get really mad at people like Trump who cut shitloads of jobs, and they try to do these dramatic things where they go, oh, it's going to kill people. Oh my God, people are going to die and they're going to starve, and cutting U.S. aid is going to kill millions of people, which it's fucking not. But they say that because they're terrified. They want to stop you from doing it because they know once you do it and everybody gets to see what the result is going to be, they're going to see that, oh, this actually, we can get along great without these 60,000 federal workers. These have all been people suckling at the taxpayer teat, drawing a paycheck, sucking away from our budget, costing us more in a deficit, adding to our national debt. And it turns out we could have gotten away with not having them at all. That's why people make these outrageous claims to protect those jobs. Not because they believe it, but because they're like, fuck, we got to guilt these guys into not doing this so people don't find out that we have a completely bloated federal bureaucracy that costs them way too much money. Let's say in salary and benefits, the average federal worker makes $85,000 a year. Now, it's probably more than that. Let's say they make $85,000 a year. That's a good $1.3 billion Trump just cut out of the budget right there. I mean, drop in the bucket? Yeah, drop in the bucket. But, you know, when you're as far in debt as we are, every little bit helps, you know? Sam Show says, what even is the result? We're not saving any money. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, we're saving about $1.6 billion on this whole deal. Sam Show says Trump had no power with Doge. He's spending more. All he did was fire a bunch of Americans. I guess just give it to the Jews. Hashtag winning. One of my friends who lives out in Vegas sent me a picture. He used to be on the show periodically, and we used to do this bit where we would, if people were new to the show, they would come in, or if they were a new second mic, we would make them watch a Bailey J porn video on the show. Obviously with the sound down and the video not up, but so they could see it. And we wanted to see how long they could go without tapping out, without being like, all right, turn it off. And this guy just sent me a picture from Bailey J's Instagram and said, Bailey J thickening up a little bit. I don't need to know what Bailey J looks like right now. It's not like, hey, man, here's what Scarlett Johansson. Look, I wasn't actually into Bailey J. It was a bit on the show. That's all. It's just a bit for the show. I mean, you believe me, don't you? I hope you do. Root says you don't have any friends. Look, if that's the most problematic part you find with that entire story, I am totally fine with it. Totally fine. All right, I'm making Sam Show mad with the Trump stuff because he's getting riled up about the Jews. I'm not, my goal here is not to get Sam Show all riled up. So we're gonna move on. I didn't come here tonight to see if I could anger Sam Show. I want everybody in a great mood because, again, if we make another 260, I'm still ahead for the week, and we go till 9 o'clock. 09 Canyon says, okay, but is she cute? I mean, Bailey J was cute in her prime. I have to admit, like, Bailey J is one of the better-looking trans people ever. Chad Buzamok says, isn't Bailey J trans? I think Bobby Kelly talked about her/him all the time. Yeah, it's the same person. But yes, Bailey J is one of the more convincing, better looking trans people. But Bailey J, like the rest of us, is getting older. And as you get older, you might put on a couple of pounds. Yeah, that's Bailey J. God, I didn't see if I had my safe search on. You guys could have gotten an eye full of cock right there. Eye Full of Cock was my band in high school. But yeah, that's Bailey J. Now look, we're grading on a curve here. I'm not saying like, holy shit, she's a hot chick. I'm saying like, for a trans woman, not bad. And I'll stand by that. Oh, there's a dick in there. Ugh. You never want to hear that. You never want to hear, oh, there's a dick in there. But there is. That person has a cock. The funnest part was when we would show people pictures of Bailey J in the old radio studio. Like we'd turn the TV, it was on a little mount, a swivel, and I'd turn it towards the guest desk. And I'd go, oh, this is Bailey J. This is the woman we're talking about. And we'd get them. They'd go, oh, man, she's really hot. And we just... Like, you might say, Aaron, it sounds like the old radio show was remarkably immature. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. And so we would just show them Bailey J photos. And then we asked, do you want to take the Bailey J challenge? And they would say, what's that? We go, well, we turn on a Bailey J performance and you see how long you could last without tapping out. And I think the longest a person lasted was like 50 seconds. And it just finally, I don't know what it was that got them, but they had to tap out. Thank you, Miss Tay, for gifting a couple of Rumble memberships over on the Rumble end of things. We appreciate that. That puts us $250 away from tomorrow morning. Thank you so much for chipping in to this awesome show. And again, $250 every time we go down a little bit, it gives me hope that, holy shit, maybe this audience will keep us ahead for tomorrow. My Lost Interest says, does Bailey J still have the twig and berries? Yup. Root says, does it still have a dick? Yup. 09 Canyon says, does it work? Troublingly so. She's got a bigger dick than you and I. Bothers me when I think about it. In fact, I really want to change the subject now. Because thinking about the fact that Bailey J has a cock, despises having it, became a woman, and it's still bigger than yours and mine. Yeah. Roots says, I'd fuck it if it had a fake pussy. Wow, we're getting somewhere here with Roots. All right, Roots. let's say Bailey J tapes the cock and balls to their stomach and bends over and you never see the unit. Do you take the asshole or no? Nobody here's going to judge you. Nobody's going to, comment on it. We just want your honest answer. 09 Canyon says, Roots, I'll take her if her dick works. Oh, no. Oh, no. So, only if the dick works will 09 Canyon be a taker. Miss Tay says, don't do 230, you fuck. Hey, you guys are only $20 away from 230. $20 away from 230. Oh, God, I gave Chad Buzamok some work to do. Bigot on Socialist Media says this is an important topic to discuss. Yes. Yes, it is. It's very important. Roots Calhoun says, did I miss Roots' answer to my question? He says, nah, he wouldn't do the butt fucking. But I think I'd fuck a fake pussy on a hot dude like that. I mean, that's honest. It's a really honest thing he just said. You're fucking gay, dude. Ah, ha, ha. Roots is a gay guy. Everyone laugh at Roots for being a homo. I think I can fix the camera. I swear to God. All I need to do is just do this a little bit. And oh my God, I think I actually did. Holy shit. I just want to say in advance, I had absolutely zero faith and confidence in myself to actually pull that off. And I did it. I fucking did it, man. 09 Canyon says, damn it, I shouldn't be honest ever. No, you shouldn't. You should not have told us that you would fuck with Bailey J, but only if her dick works. That was a big mistake for you to do that. But we still accept you. Aces says, we all know Aaron would take her if he or she taped the dick to the stomach for sure. No, because I'm in a committed relationship. I mean, no, because I don't want to fuck someone who has a dick and balls. Damn it, I fucked that up. Shit. It was wide open, not the asshole. All I had to do was lay it up off the glass and go, no, I wouldn't, but thank you for theorizing. I appreciate you being part of the show. And I went, no, I'm in a committed relationship. That's why I wouldn't cornhole the weird thing with the giant cock. You know what, though? I'm going to get that answer right next time. For sure. I really, I got to be honest with you guys. This segment hasn't been remarkably traumatic for me in the least. Just letting you know that. Sam Show says, argue the logistics, not the reasoning. Dub says, my money ain't green enough, formers. I don't know what the fuck that means. Does Chad Buzamok have that clip ready yet? Because I really just want to get it out of the fucking way. Nope. He doesn't have it ready yet. Somebody sent me something here on Twitter. Footage of Aaron Imholt getting pulled over when his drag performance bombed and he didn't meet the goal for tips. Uh-oh. Should we see body cam footage of me not hitting the goal during a drag show? By the way, 250. So nifty 250. Left for today.
Roll your window down. Roll your window down. Hi, is everything okay? Okay, why are you stopped along the road?
It's fucked. That is me if I don't hit the goal. I get pulled over and they're like, what's up? I'm like, it's fucked.
You got a driver's license on you? You don't have a driver's license? Okay, whoa. Hey, wait. she's taken off on me.
10-4, what's your rate of travel?
About 45.
After casually fleeing the traffic stop, she drove a short distance before being pulled over again, where things wouldn't stay calm for long.
Okay, now it looks like we're stopping now. Okay, she stopped.
2:22 in the morning.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
422.
What do you mean, what do I mean?
I'm just on the
Kind of a
back row.
short-
What? What's up?
What's up? You took off on me.
What do you mean took off?
How much have you had to drink?
I haven't had anything to drink. What do you mean? Breathalyze me then.
What kind of drugs are you on?
What kind? I work overnight. I just had tonight off. I'm just trying to have a break. I'm doing a lot of
Wait, I work nights. I had tonight off. I think it's more troubling if they say if they're telling the truth and they say I'm not on drugs, I haven't had anything to drink. So you just got pulled over by a cop and you just took off on them completely sober and clear-headed? That's more troubling.
Why did you take off on me?
I'm not taking off.
Yeah, you did. Do you have any identification at all?
Somewhere, just hold on. Can you relax?
I could smell alcohol on your breath.
Where's my...
No, I want to see a driver's license.
Can you not blind me? Like, how the am I supposed to see?
Attitude better change.
It's my head.
Right now, you're on your way to jail. Roll the window
For
down.
what?
You took off on me.
I didn't take off.
Failure
It's
to
you
yield
being
to-
very over-exaggerated.
Really? I've got it all on
Yes,
camera.
absolutely. That's fine. What am I supposed to say? Blind me more and I can see more?
Give me your driver's license.
Can you back up? You're literally in my
I'm just about
face.
to take you out and put you in handcuffs.
For what? You're blinding me.
Let me see your driver's license.
How can I see if you can't? You literally
Okay,
can't.
step
make
out of
me
the
see.
car. Step out of the car.
You know what? I got to give credit to this cop. This is going to be a big challenge getting her out of this car without hoists and pulleys and like however they did Stonehenge and the big heads on Easter Island. Like without any of that kind of equipment, you're going to have a hard time. Like maybe if you can get a rope around her and then like get backup to come out and like hook it to the hitch of one of their cars and then pull her out that way. Otherwise, she ain't getting out unless she wants to, bro. She's baking bread in those sandals.
I can't see. Look.
She then decided to call 911, screaming at dispatch about the situation.
Get out of the car. Ow. Get out of the car. You're going to be tased.
1 second.
Get out of the car. You're going to be tased.
By the way, this works all the time when you don't want to be. If someone's ever pointing a taser or a gun at you, just cat paw at it. It's totally, they can't hit you. It's physics. If you're cat pawing like this, there's no way they can get you.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I've never been in this. You put yourself in this situation. Not only that, officer, you'd better have some heavy duty barbs. You got to be able to penetrate that thick rhino hide.
Car, ma'am.
I'm a
Get out of the car.
caregiver.
Get out of the car. You are under arrest. Get out of the car. You're under arrest. Get out of the car. You are under arrest.
Oh, come on, honey. Take it from me. It's not so bad.
Ma'am, get out of the car. 422, but I know you back up. Then get out of the car. Send me back up.
It's not his flashlight, honey. It's a taser.
Get out of the car, ma'am.
I'm trying to take care of my dad. My dad.
Ma'am, get out of the car.
I'm trying to take care of my dad. My dad.
Get out of the...
I'm trying to take care of my dad. I'm trying to take care of my dad's dad. And you can get back to that as soon as you give this guy the license and you give this guy what he needs. You can get back to taking care of your dad.
The car. You are under arrest.
For what?
Disorderly conduct, and you kicked me.
I'm trying to get you out of my car. Help me. I can't find you.
I'm telling you to get out of the car.
Help me.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
You know what? This man deserves a medal because it's very brave. I get nauseous when I reach out to touch morbidly obese women. Like it really fucks with my system. Like you touch them, and if you get like a rolly spot, you go. Bleh, bleh, bleh. You know, it's like reaching into a clogged sink to try and clear up a congestion. Similar thing.
You are under arrest. Get off your phone.
Can you talk to me, please? He's
Get
not
off
telling
your
me why.
phone.
He's saying it's disorderly conduct.
And assault.
I leaned in my car and I pushed him with my foot.
Get out
It's called a kick in the business.
of the car.
He's yelling at me.
Get out of the car, ma'am. Get out of the car.
Oh, God, if you show us her cooter, I'll never forgive you. A-cab. If I see her Brett Doe pussy because you had to go in there and try to pull her out of the car unsuccessfully, I will never forgive policemen for this, ever.
Get out of the...
God, what the fuck? Why is he grabbing me? There's no reason for this.
I will warn you one more time. Get out of the car. Get out of the car or you get...
You know, I've never seen a good tasing inside the vehicle. This would be new. By the way, Gray Duckling, thank you for the $2, says, I join at the perfect time. Yes, you do. And Gray Duckling with another $2 says, baton that be. He ain't lying.
Hey,
I'm just trying to relax. My dad's dead now.
get out of the car.
My dad's fucking dead now. Oh, my God. So she was being a caregiver to her father, and in the amount of time it took for this officer to pull her over not once but twice, her dad died. Holy shit, doesn't he feel like an asshole?
Please stop.
Get out of the car, ma'am.
I'm alone. I'm the only person that's here for me. I am the only person on this earth for me.
Car, ma'am.
Well, she ain't lying there. Close your legs, please. You're making us all fucking sick. It's really difficult to look at the screen right now. I'm the only person here for me. It's true. She's lonely. So she knows that her dad died during this whole ordeal. Her dad passed away. That's crazy.
What's happening?
You are under
I mean, I wouldn't have went out and got fucked up if I knew my dad was dying.
arrest. Get out of the car. I told you.
What?
I told you.
Can you just talk to me instead of just paying attention?
Get out of the car. You're under arrest. Talk is too late.
Stop talking to me.
The talking is over. Get out of the car.
What?
You are under arrest.
I haven't said anything.
Yes, you have. Get
Can
out
you
of the
talk
car.
to me?
You know, you remember that woman on last night's show who sang about how unfairly women were treated back in like the 5th century and shit, because if they got really emotional, they'd just be diagnosed as hysterical? I'm not so sure that those people didn't have it 1,000% spot on. I mean, this is hysterical, and this woman is clearly crazy.
Get out of the car, ma'am.
Just let me breathe.
Get out.
Oh, bro, I know you're not from Minnesota. When they start talking about not being able to breathe, back the fuck up unless you want to see muffler and car parts go up because the AutoZone burned down. Supply and demand, my dude. It gets rough out here for a pimp. Just back up a little bit.
Of the car.
Just let me breathe.
Get out
I'm
of the
just
car.
trying to breathe. I'm not even bad. What is going
Ma'am, if you want to make $27 million, paint your whole body with shoe polish as fast as you can and start yelling, Mama, Mama. Dude, George Floyd literally died doing mammy. Sorry. I'm really sorry. 2 things. 1, that was bad. 2, I made myself laugh pretty hard at that one. Mammy. Can we get like a side-by-side of Mammy playing and then George Floyd? Can we rhythmicize George Floyd? Like, have him go, Mama, Mama, I can't breathe.
on?
Get out of the car.
What
I've
are you
explained to
doing?
you.
You haven't explained anything to me.
Get out of the car.
You're taser to me. I'm just
That's
trying
right.
to talk to you. Can you please?
Every time I reach in to try and take you into custody, you
That's
fight me.
because you're reaching into my car.
That's
You
right. You're under arrest.
before sorry.
Oh, that poor guy. I got to stop taking naps before the show. A, I'm too funny, and 2, I'm far too shock jockey. You've been really? Have you? You mean there's someone you'd say no to? I need to see what that fucking guy looks like.
You are under arrest.
PTSD.
You are under arrest, ma'am.
Can you just relax? Just talk. Stop yelling.
Get out of the car, ma'am.
Just breathe.
Get out of the
How
car.
am I supposed to
You
know
are
it's
under
me?
arrest.
1 second. Can you just
No,
touch me?
no, there is no 1 second.
Get out of the car, ma'am.
So here comes
Get out of
backup.
the car. You are under
Ma'am,
arrest.
out of the car.
Someone just talk
Right
to
now.
me
Out of the car.
anyway.
Out of the car.
They're ripping the
Out of the car.
Out of the
Oh
car.
my god.
Get out.
It'd be funny if the other cop went, oh, all right, take it easy, dude. I guess she's been raped. So think we gotta pump the brakes on this. She also can't breathe. And I think she's about to tell us her 23andMe has her at 2% black. So I don't know how much exposure we're putting the department through on this one.
Out of the car, ma'am.
Out of the car.
I'm going to tase her. I'm going to tase her.
Get out of the car.
I'm going to tase her.
Oh, that's cute. The cop brought out, you better fucking close that. The cop brought out one pair of handcuffs like that was going to work. That's adorable.
Get back.
Do you have hula hoops you can cuff her with? That might suffice.
Get out of the car.
You don't have to break my
Out of the car.
Get out of the car.
You're right.
You know how he's restraining her? Arm bar.
Out of the car now.
Get out of the car,
Out of the
ma'am.
car now. Out of the car.
Guys, be nice. She's stuck. Do you have any petroleum jelly or perhaps Crisco? Well, she'll eat the Crisco. Do you have any kind of lubricant whatsoever? She may be stuck. You know how like when fat people get really sweaty in the ass area, they can stick to leather seating? Yeah. You know, you're going to get that sound when she probably doesn't wear underwear. So you're probably going to get that ass and pussy sound like as she gets off the leather. Right. Yeah. Be careful, guys. You don't want to cause burning. That exposes the department to lawsuits.
Come on, get off me.
Get out of the car.
Out of the car.
I had no
Out of the car. Get out of the car.
You get pepper spray. You let go.
I just wanted to talk.
Guys, I'm going to tase her.
Talk.
I'm going to tase her.
Oh!
Get out of the car.
Oh, you
Get out of the car.
stop.
Get out of the car. You're going to get it again.
Stop it.
Get out of the car. Then do it.
Just talk to me.
Then do it, ma'am.
You gotta do it then.
I told you that those barbs weren't going to pierce her hide. Did you see how easily she took those out? Hard to penetrate. It's like ballistics gel.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. You're going to get tased again.
Let me breathe. I was just gonna...
Oh, never mind.
Get
She
out of
didn't
the
get him
car,
out.
ma'am. Get out of the car.
Why are you doing this to me? You're being such an ass.
Get out
Dude, you're being a dick. Quit electrocuting me.
of the car.
You like my thong, you piece of shit?
You like my thong, you piece of... No, this is a very difficult part of my job. I don't want to be here.
Ow! I'm just a caregiver, you piece of shit.
Down on the ground.
On the ground.
Wait! Oh! I need people support. I need people support.
I don't have anything else to prove. Oh, I hope that's not her ass crack. Oh, no, there's a watch. Well, she could have a watch up there.
Get the hair on my mouth. Oh!
Okay. Let's get her in my car. Let's go.
I'm an ass.
Did you guys know she's a caregiver, by the way? That might be important.
Just relax. You're being a dick. Can I get my glasses?
Okay. Have a seat in the car, ma'am.
Oh!
Go and slide your feet in.
Slide in.
You need to tell me why.
She's not giving up. She's like, all right, look, I know I'm handcuffed with a taser barb in my chest, and I'm like 3 inches away from being in the squad car. You think you could tell me why? I
Told you numerous times. Get in the car.
For real, I have anxiety.
Get in the car, man.
Really? You're carrying yourself so well. We didn't really peg you for an anxious person.
Ma'am. Okay.
None of the black men I date treat me this way. They usually just impregnate me and leave.
Okay, get in the car.
Put your legs in the car. You're under arrest for resisting. Go on.
Well, she's battery too to a police officer. She kicked me.
Feet in.
Stop it,
Back in a minute.
Wait, can you take...
Holy sh! She was sitting along the road.
Oh, St. Croix Tribal Police. That might be Minnesota. Oh, no, that would be Wisconsin. That's a Wisconsin accent, come to think of it. St. Croix Tribal Police. So this is just a trashy part of town. Well, she seems like a nice girl. You know, we all have off days. What do you do? We all have our off days. Somebody wrote in the chat, I was scrolling, I think it was Soylent Goy, writes, Soylent Goy says, can you take me to Wendy's before we go to jail? Sorry, ma'am. That's only for school shooters that we do that for. I apologize. Look, rules are rules. Dub with $1. Thank you very much. Miss Tay gifting a couple of memberships. Thank you so much, Miss Tay. That's very kind of you. That puts us at 240. 240? We've had too many beans. It's 240. Miss Tay gifted a membership to Nomo and to Hackamania getting one. I don't think they're going to really think that whole Hackamania thing was a good idea, but, well, who cares? It doesn't matter. Sterling Goy writes, I need a Twinkie. Hackamania says, too close for missiles. Switch to guns to take down this Godzilla bitch. She's a bigger girl. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says, do you think her fold grease smells like a dirty Arby's or day-old KFC grease? And I noticed you never denied this was you in drag. I didn't think I needed to, but no, that is not me in drag. Sam Show says, sir, shake a bag of Friskies. Ooh, who wants a treat? Who wants a treat? All right, so we got 240, and then, hey, great news, guys. I've got really good news for you. Just let me get everything refreshed, and then I can do it justice. Is this Gray Duckling with $10 says, I'm in tears. You're welcome. I've been very funny tonight. And guess what? That puts us at 230. We're at 230 for today. Or no, for tomorrow's morning show. We're at 230. Isn't that? Oh, fuck. Adam Simon gifting a membership and Gray Duckling gifting 5 memberships over on YouTube. That's good for 15. And that puts us 215 away from tomorrow morning. Excuse me. We were at 230 for a little bit. Oh, well. That's also 20 from Gray Duckling, so thank you.
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
So that's 24, 34 for Gray Duckling this week. So that, while that's not going to put him in the top 4, it's going to put him very close. Gray Duckling is at, what did we say? 20, 24, 34. And Miss Tay is now at 20, 40. She is at 40 for today. That gets her very... Wait, Miss Tay, were you on the board before that? I thought you were. I could be wrong. Right now we have Miss Tay at 40, which is good enough to put her right outside of the top 4. Oh, that puts Adam Simon at 52, by the way. So now Adam Simon jumps up into first place. Hey! Adam Simon is now in first at $52 for this week. Steven, Captain Joe, and Stephanie all tied for second at $50. And then, oh, that's it. That would be 2, 3, and 4. So there we go. There it is. So you got Miss Tay at 40. You got Gray Duckling at 34. You got Sergeant Holka at 45. You got Lab Glass at 25. You got a few people on the outside looking in. All right. So that makes it 215 for tomorrow morning's goal. Remember, if you guys do knock out tomorrow morning's goal against all odds, because it would be a fucking heavy one, it would mean that you guys get an extra half hour tonight. We would go until 9 o'clock. But thank you so much for dropping our goal down to 215 already for tomorrow. There have been times, believe it or not, where I have kind of wished that, and look, don't take this the wrong way. I have wished that I would knock up SP. That's a fucked up thing to say. That's a weird thing to say. I get it. But consider this. I have had a vasectomy after my third child. And I always, even though they have you sign a thing, even though there's all this paperwork, like, you can still sue, right? So I've had a vasectomy. I knock her up. She gets pregnant. The baby doesn't come out black or Mexican. I might have a case. And the reason I bring this up is because in the state of Minnesota right now, there is a Minneapolis couple that collected damages in Hennepin County Court because they had a kid and he had had a vasectomy. Now, I've always heard that if you have a vasectomy, you assume a certain amount of risk. They tell you it's not 100% effective. So if you do knock somebody up, that's supposed to be like their whole thing is like, hey, that's our out in case, it doesn't fully take and you might knock somebody up. You still got to be careful. But nobody's ever careful. You just, you meet a girl who lets you just go. It's fine. It's one of the perks of getting the vasectomy. But with these people, they originally got $1.1 million. And I mean, $1.1 million well invested. Yeah, Sam Show says, yeah, you get your balls snipped to be careful, right? There's no point. Like, if you're like, hey, you still got to be careful. It's like, well, then leave them unsnipped and I'll just stay potent. Like, I'm doing this so I can just, dump, right? So this couple gets $1.1 million. And now I didn't know they could do this, but a judge just lowered it. Like, basically cut their, I was going to say winnings, cut their damages in half. And we have the story right here. Let's go ahead and do it. This makes me kind of wish that, a swimmer, one of my swimmers would do the Evel Knievel Snake River Canyon jump and just, because the way they do it, get ready for medical time with Aaron. They cut the vas deferens, right? They cut the tube and then they burn the ends of it and then they put it back together. All right. Now, they're not supposed to be able to get through the cauterized parts, but sometimes they do. And when they do, it's considered that the vasectomy didn't take. And I've always heard that you can't sue for that. But let's see how they did.
And a major mistake have led to a unique lawsuit headed for trial in Hennepin County next week.
Fox 9's Corin Hoggard looked into the details.
Love Corin Hoggard.
To look at what went wrong. And Corin, this is an argument over the cost of a family having to raise a surprise child.
Yeah, there's really no dispute here, Randy and Kelsey, over what happened. There was a botched vasectomy and an incorrect result was given. The nurse said the vasectomy took. So now a jury...
Oh, see, that's a little different. If they confirm with you that it took, because you do this thing where after I think it's 30 days or 90 days, you jack off into a cup and you give it to them and they keep it as like a trophy. No, they analyze it and they figure out if the vasectomy took or not. So if this guy, I didn't whack off into the cup. I was just like, they cut it and I was like, let's go dumping, But if they check that cup and they go, your jizz is totally free of swimmers, you're good, you're set, go crazy, that's when you can open yourself up to the lawsuit. Okay, so this makes sense. We're off to the races. See, I'd be fucked. I wouldn't be able to get a dime because I didn't send in my cup o' jizz. And the reason was very simple. I don't like letting strangers handle my cum. It's just not for me.
To figure out how much it costs to raise a kid and how much value a child brings to a family. For possibly the first time ever.
Go ahead, make your jokes. I can't. I have 3 children. I can't make a joke about that. You can.
A Minnesota couple will take a wrongful conception argument to trial. The boy born to Megan and Stephen Schlochtowski in 2023 was conceived 4 years after Stephen had a vasectomy at Minnesota Urology in Edina. The company admits it was negligent when a nurse told him it was okay to stop using contraception because a vasectomy worked, even though testing showed it did not.
Oh, no. Yeah, sure, dump loads in your wife all you want. It'll be great. It is kind of weird that we say that. You know, like some of the euphemisms we make for sex are, and we say them like in polite society, like it's okay. Like the one where you're like, yeah, my wife and I, we've been trying for a baby for a couple of months now. You're going out in public and you're just telling strangers at a party, I've just been dumping loads into this broad every day for a solid, 60 or so now. I'm just shooting cum as deep as I can in every, like the pile driver position. We're thinking gravity, will kind of do its thing. You're just telling these people. Or you're like, yeah, my vasectomy took. Like the translation, you talk about that in public, and that means you're going like, oh, yeah, I'm just shooting cum just straight through her like a shotgun blast. It's amazing.
The claim is based upon the damages caused by this procedure not being done.
Hey, that's Mike Bryant from Bradshaw and Bryant. Hey, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Properly. And in this case, the damages are, what does it take to raise the child?
Hey, Mikey.
That arguably shouldn't be here based upon their negligence.
Minnesota is one of only a few states that allow medical malpractice suits in cases of wrongful conception.
Wow.
A 1977 state Supreme Court decision wrote the court should balance the aid, comfort, and society, essentially the joy of having a child, against the cost of having to raise a child you tried to prevent. The defense attorney for
Minnesota is like, I can't defend it anymore. It's one of the most fucked up states in the country. Like the shit you can sue for, the shit you can get away with, the shit it's just a weird fucking state, man. Liberalism is a mental disorder.
Urology told me he's handled a handful of cases like this before, but never gone to trial. Until now, he says parents always drop their cases, sometimes for small settlements. The judge in this case has already ruled out some of the $6 million in punitive damages proposed by the Schlochtowskis because a mistake was not malicious. But an expert estimated the cost of raising a child at up to $600,000. And a jury could add damages for physical pain, medical damages, or loss of economic opportunity. And legal analyst Mike Bryant says the defense team will have to be careful about how they minimize the damage to a family now raising a surprise son.
There's certain ways they could go that could completely turn a jury off because they'll be kind of offensive as far as how they'll explain they could have done this or they could have done that.
I don't know. I think a jury would be kind of receptive to the argument of, hey, look, you're the ones who went blowing loads like crazy into each other. Well, no, but then again, the nurse, it's really the nurse that's fucking him over because it's the nurse that told him, yeah, fucking go kablooey, like shoot it, aim deep, dude. I can't believe that they haven't settled this already. This should be settled. Do we have, hey, let's get a little more detail before I say
The plaintiff's side never returned our messages today, but we'll hear from them for the first time when trial starts on Monday. Randy Carlson.
Oh, shit.
This sounds like a movie.
It's a really bizarre one, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's called Knocked Up. They made this movie. I think that the urology place is fucked. I don't think they would have been if they wouldn't have opened their big yap and went, oh yeah, no, your cum is like gross and bad, so you can shoot it wherever you want. That's where they fucked up. 09 Canyon says the weirdest thing is when your parents start asking about getting grandbabies from you. Yeah, that is a weird thing to talk about, to be like, when are we getting little grandbabies? You want us to go home now? I can just rail her out and dump. Miss Tay says some 1/3 fill a cup for one ejaculate. Who you trying to fool, my dude? Did I say 1/3 of a cup? I didn't say 1/3 of a cup. Whatever they get, they get. Don't be greedy. Brian says, my buddy was dating a woman who was told by multiple doctors that she couldn't get pregnant and was even married for 5+ years with no baby. As soon as my friend blasted in her, she got pregnant with 2 kids. Your friend might be Jesus. Be careful. My Lost Interest says their child is going to feel great when they learn about this later on. Right? Hey, mom and dad, how did we get money for my college? Oh, well, we really didn't fucking want you so badly that I had part of my balls severed. And then some lying bitch nurse told me it was cool, and I just kept dumping loads in your mom, and now here you are. Here you are. Miss Tay says, not you, dummy. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll leave you guys alone in the chat. I didn't know I was intruding on my own program. Fauci's Pangolin says, yeah, why does mom get mad when I fuck on her couch? But I am a screamer. Oh, God. Professor Tie-Dye with $1 says, I bet SP is glad Aaron can't use his usual sexy talk of saying he's going to make her look like an exploded Hot Pocket. I tell her I'm going to make her look like biscuits and gravy. So, well, you know, everyone has their love language, you know. Doggo doesn't die. Yeah, they have to sit the kid down and be like, you're a vasectomy lawsuit, baby. You're going to have guys getting, saying they got, they'll get vasectomies somewhere. Oh, no. What if you get a vasectomy somewhere? And they're like, yeah, it totally took. You're fine to fuck. And they're like, all right, let's get you artificially inseminated. Let's get donor sperm. You get knocked up. We'll keep it totally off the books, and then we'll pretend it's me, and we'll sue the fuck out of them. Because you kind of look shitty if you go to a jury, if you're the defense, and you're like, oh, yeah, well, let's prenatally get a DNA sample from that baby and test it. It's like, oh, my God, you guys are fucking terrible. Aces says, you would say biscuits and gravy, you fat ass. 09 Canyon says, winning lawsuit baby would be the favorite if the payout is good. Well, that's just it. If there's not a big potential payout, even if you have a case, even if you have a lawsuit, if the lawyers feel like it's going to take a long time and they're not going to get much money, they'll tell you, they'll be like, yeah, you have a case. We're not going to take it. It's just one of those things. One of those things. Hulkamasha Baby says there's no way they don't do a paternity test for that lawsuit. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. It's better just to, have your vasectomy take. Be grateful you can't knock her up and move on with your life. Guys, we are 2:15 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Do me a favor. Let's make this as easy as possible for tomorrow morning. The morning show audience today did knock out your goal. And look, knocking out their 290 that we started with, that's fucking insane. You guys have done great. I'm dreading going back to goals tomorrow. So as easy as we can make it as possible, boy, do I appreciate it. 215 is the number to stay ahead for the week. We appreciate it. Whatever you can do, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Oh, you guys are the best. Gift some memberships. Thank you. God, there's a controversy over a fucking Superman movie now. Yay! What did the Superman movie do that it now has to be political? Remember, we had a Ghostbusters movie that all of a sudden became the most controversial thing because there were girls in it. Then there was a Buzz Lightyear movie that had to be controversial because I guess he was gay or something like that. And now we're going to have a Superman movie. And now that one's going to be... Oh, there was also She-Hulk, Captain America, Brave New World. Since when do shoot 'em up, blow 'em up, guys from outer space, superhero movies all of a sudden have to be these big politically divisive movies? I mean, don't these cost $400 million to make? Don't you want to piss off absolutely nobody? Because you need everyone to come watch your movie so it can make a buck. I mean, if you make a $400 million superhero movie, there's another $400 million for advertising. You've got to make $1 billion to make that thing work. Mega influencers launched a movement to boycott the new Superman movie. Oh, it's a DC movie? Well, then people aren't going to go watch it anyway. In response to director James Gunn proclaiming the story is inherently political. Oh, boy. When are these fucking dipshit actors and directors going to learn? Don't tie any of your movie to politics. What did Michael Jordan say? Republicans buy sneakers too. Just shut the fuck up. Dude, you can make your political statements after the movie's over. You can make this, you can make your political statements once the movie's recouped all of its finances. But you can even talk about your politics while the movie's being promoted. Just don't tie a political allegory to your fucking movie. God damn it. You would think the people bankrolling this fucking thing would tell them to shut the fuck up. Especially James Gunn. Like, isn't James Gunn one of those guys who's already run his mouth and gotten fucking trouble? Like, he was going to get kicked out of Guardians of the Galaxy, but Batista threatened to powerbomb everybody, and they brought him back. Because he was tweeting weird shit like 10 years ago. My Lost Interest says it's no longer Superman, it's Super Person. That would, if you want to get, if they had a bet, like, the producers were like, no, a Superman movie's a great idea. It's going to make a fortune. And James Gunn like, oh, yeah, I bet you it won't. And they're like, we'll take that bet. 10-1 odds. All right, cool. And then James Gunn goes out the next day going, all right, we're going to make him trans and non-binary, and it's going to be Super Person. And the producers are like, oh, fuck, we didn't see that coming. Shit, we lost the bet. Superman is set to be released July 11th. What? Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? There's a new Superman movie. Wow. This totally fucking missed me. Superman movie trailer. I don't even know who Superman is. Here we go. I see. Okay, I can see how this is going to be an issue now. All right. I get it. Illegally entering a country. Trump would arrest Superman. You think it's time to, like, I said this a couple superhero movies ago, but do you think it's time to just give him a break for a while? Like, it's just too much of the same fucking shit. It's fine enough. But now you got James Gunn going out and he goes, I mean, Superman is the story of America, an immigrant that came from other places and populated the country. But for me, it's mostly a story that says basic human kindness is a value and is something we've lost. It's about human kindness, and obviously there will be jerks out there who are just not kind and will take it as offensive just because it is about kindness, but screw them. See, this is the problem. These retards keep going, screw these people, like they create a person, they create a detractor, and then they tell them to go fuck themselves. And then people see themselves in that detractor and they're like, is he telling me to go fuck? Like, if you're directing a movie, everyone's awesome. If you're directing and promoting a movie, everybody rules. Everybody's the coolest person who ever lived. Everybody's great. You don't start promoting your movie by going, yeah, fuck them. James Gunn says Superman is about an immigrant that came from other places and how we've lost the value of basic human kindness, saying, quote, yes, it's about politics. Yeah, I think people's complaint, though, is that it didn't used to be. It didn't used to be about politics. My Lost Interest writes, shit, I was right. Yeah, I mean, they did call him an it. But you're not supposed to say it, so James Gunn's kind of being, that's not very PC, buddy. But yeah, they're saying he's super it, I guess. Gray Duckling with $2 says, fuck illegals. They did some polling. Like New York Times and CNN did some polling, and they were certain that the American people were on their side. And it turns out the American people don't even care what the reason is. They just want illegals deported. Like all illegals, not this illegal or that illegal. They want all illegals to be deported. So that backfired on them big time. The superhero movies, it might just be time. You know, the Marvel ones are shitty. I think everyone wanted to see like Iron Man and like the Thanos thing come to an end. And then after that, they didn't give a shit. And then the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, that was fine. I liked that one. I thought it was good. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, I thought was really entertaining. But then they didn't do anything with it. I don't even know if they're doing one. Oh, apparently it's coming out in 2027. James Gunn confirms Matt Reeves' The Batman 2 script is finished, and it's great. All right. I thought Robert Pattinson did a good job. So here's the other thing. Who are those Superman people? David Corenswet is Superman. I don't know who that is. Rachel Brosnahan is Lois Lane. Yeah, don't know who that is. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Green Lantern is Nathan Fillion. Hawk Girl is Isabella Merced. Supergirl is Millie Alcock. Oh, Bradley Cooper is Jor-El. So Bradley Cooper's going to be Superman's dad, who like fucking dies right away. That's cool. Frank Grillo. Oh, that's cool. Frank Grillo, Crossbones from the Captain America movies. He's going to be Rick Flag Sr. Do we have a Lex Luthor or no? Oh, Alan Tudyk, Steve the Pirate. He's going to be Superman Robot. Wendell Pierce is Perry White. Michael Rooker's going to be in the movie. I don't know as who, but it just says Michael Rooker is in there. That's good. Beck Bennett from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I don't see anyone. It doesn't look like there's a Lex Luthor. Oh, yeah, Nicholas Hoult. I already said that. Okay. Hey, this is a good sign. 2 hours and 9 minutes long. That's a positive. Kind of fucking tired of 3-hour superhero movies. Leah says Lois and Clark with Dean Cain in the 90s was the best. My parents watched that every week. The New Adventures of Lois and Superman, The New Adventures of Lois and Clark. That's what it was called. All right, guys, 2:15 away from tomorrow morning's goal. See if you can't whittle that down a little bit. Who knows? By the middle of tomorrow morning's show, maybe we'll be goal-free again. Maybe we'll be ahead. If you feel like chipping in, all the links are in the chat. Thank you so much for your contributions. Or take the night off. Bang out tomorrow night. Everything's looking good. After tonight, we only have 3 goals left anyway. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, and Thursday. So we're looking pretty good. Thanks for giving us more than half the week with no goals. I appreciate that. Well, guys, I got to check Twitter real quick to see if Buzamok gave me something. I think he did. Yep. Clip as requested by Aaron Imholt in his follow-up to admitting about his button. I'm sure SP is still pleased by it. Keep your head up, kiddo. All right, here we go. What happened? Does Bailey J still have the twig and berries? Yup. Root says, does it still have a dick? Yup. 09 Canyon says, does it work? Troublingly so. She's got a bigger dick than you and I. Bothers me when I think about it. In fact, I really want to change the subject now. Because thinking about the fact that Bailey J has a cock, despises having it, became a woman, and it's still bigger than mine, I had absolutely zero faith and confidence in myself. Wait a minute. No, that last part you cut. The last part was cut. Everything else, I can't deny. 100% accurate. 100% accurate until that last part. Then he fucked around a little. You asshole. Bailey J's cock is big, though. Not going to pretend like it isn't. Vadam says, how long will Aaron's third marriage to PS last? It's SP, not PS. 5 years? Would 5 years be my longest? It would be tied. 5 years would tie for my longest marriage. I'm fucking killing it. My lost interest says no cuts. That's not true. No cuts. There's fuck you cuts. Absolutely were cuts in that. Thank you very much. All right. I have to admit, I've been having a lot of fun with that traffic stop clip we did. I had some fun with the Superman movie stuff. I really don't think I'm ready to do a View clip. Oh, man, I really don't think I have the energy for a clip from The View. Oh, this is going to be difficult, but here we go. Whoopi Goldberg is complaining about her job on The View. Now, as you know, her job on The View is just sit her ass down and complain about Trump. That's her gig. But she said, quote, sometimes this gig can feel like hell. Really? Try watching it. Let's take a listen to Whoopi. Guys, Whoopi's hurting. Whoopi doesn't feel good. Whoopi thinks that her job is really, really difficult. Oh, shit. I did not anticipate a 30-second ad for a fucking View clip. They usually go 5 seconds and we're into it. So this must be really good. We haven't checked in with the girls from The View for quite some time. It's been a minute. And mostly because the people who clip it are probably just like, look, it's just them bitching about the president again. It's just, it's nothing new. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I do respect about The View, though? Those girls do not try to be younger than they are. I like that. I hated that when, like, Ellen would dance. Or, like, those shows where all the girls like, yeah. I like that they're all just, like, the youngest one is 39. And they're just like, fuck it. Can we start the show? We're just crabby bitches on either side of menopause, and we just want to complain about stuff. Oh my God, that's the first time I've seen Sunny Hostin smile. She must be thinking about the slaves her descendants used to own. Her ancestors.
You know what? Let us say this to you. Thank you for that, because sometimes this gig can feel like hell.
How fucking dare you? First of all, we're going to look up Whoopi Goldberg's salary after this. How dare you? In a world where the people who are going to see this clip are fucking, I mean, I know the people who watch the show aren't dudes, but there's going to be dudes surfing Twitter, or they're going to be seeing clips and they're laying brick out in the hot sun. They're doing construction work. They're doing real blue collar shit. How dare you sit there and tell these people that your gig can be hell? First off, reason it's not hell, air conditioning. You're already, your point is moot. And then also, your show is what? An hour long. You work an hour a day. I get it. You probably get there 2 hours before the show starts. You go over notes. You get your makeup done. But your producers, for the most part, do the grunt work. So you're there for maybe an hour or two after the show. So 2 hours before, 1 hour for the show, 2 hours after, 2, 4. So 5 hours. Then it's off into a limousine, back home, and you got the whole day to yourself, right? Don't sit there and go, this gig can be hell. Look, my gig, we talk a little shit. We have some fun. You know, we have, by the way, I didn't tell you, 1,300 was our peak viewership this morning. I think it was 924 was our average. Where's our restream? Come on. Here we go. Restream insights. Take a look at this. Huh? I think I can blow this up enough for you guys to see it. Average viewers. 978. That's according to Restream. That's from this morning's show. 978. That's average viewers. We're killing everybody, whether they love us or hate us. We're killing them. 978 on average. That's the power of multi-streaming, my friends. So anyway, we have a good-sized audience. We have a very generous audience, as you've seen. I would never say that this gig is hell. In fact, I go out of my way to say you guys are fucking crazy generous. This has been an amazing run we've been on. And the only stress I have in my day at all is that goal. That's it. That's a very minor thing to have. And you guys always knock it out. But I'm never happy. So there. I would never say this gig is hell. Have some self-awareness. Consider the people you're talking to. Consider the people who are your audience. You have to love what you do. You have to enjoy your job. And that has to come through when you do your show, because you're keeping their spirits up and you're keeping them entertained while they work a job that they might not like. as much as you enjoy yours. Do you know how much resentment that creates when someone like Whoopi fucking Goldberg says, oh, sometimes, baby, this job can be hell? No. By the way, to the person who keeps asking if I'm working on my Thomas Hayden Church impression, the only part of it I'm working on is for some reason, that line in Tires where he points at Cal and accuses him of being on coke. I do that to people randomly. I just look at them, you're on cocaine. It's fun to look at someone with a serious point. You're on cocaine.
Sometimes you feel like people are just angry at you all the time.
Or I go, on the bright side, the good news is that his unkempt pubic hair had become so unmanaged that it obscured the view of it obscured his penis from view. So that was a total win.
Right. And so to get a welcome like this morning, we really appreciate it.
Thanks for clapping for us, you old black ladies and fat out-of-place gay guy, because this job fucking sucks and we hate it. So thanks for clapping, seals.
So, let us tell you what's been going on, because it's really interesting. Nice hat.
All your pedophile friends in the entertainment industry are totally safe from any kind of prosecution because Donald Trump had to bail on the whole Epstein thing. Is that? We don't need to go any further. I'm not going to put you guys through. I'm not going to crucify you with more view shit. I'm sorry. My Lost Interest says another view clip. Time to go feed the dog. MSO says fake. No, those were not fake numbers. Those were the restream numbers. I'm sorry. We do pretty well. The restreaming thing is the way to go. We've been posting some pretty good numbers these days, and I'm very happy with them. What were we going to look up? Oh, yeah. How much does Whoopi Goldberg's salary? Salary. $8 million dollars per year. $8 million a year to do The View. She's worth $60 million. Doesn't have to touch the principal. And she's going to sit here and go, sometimes this job can be hell, y'all. Really? At $8 million? I don't even know if working in hell would be hell. If you made $8 million doing it. If you were literally in hell harvesting sulfur and like you return back to earth from hell when the day is done, and you were making $8 million to do it, you could not be wiping the sweat off and, pouring water over yourself and going, oh, man, this job is hell. Like, there would be HVAC workers who would look at you and go, dude, no, you make $8 million a year. Yeah, but I'm literally in hell. Right, but, dude, it's $8 million. 09 Canyon says $4 million, and I'll sell whatever line they want. I've said that before. In my career, when you have any kind of like audience, if you take a position that they don't agree with, especially in politics, I've been accused of taking CIA money. I've been accused of taking George Soros money, all kinds of different places, Koch brothers money. And I always say the same thing, like, dude, if they're opening the checkbooks and they want to consider me, I will take it. I will say what they'd like me to say. I don't know, sign me to a 3-year, $15 million deal. I will fucking hawk whatever you want me to hawk, and then you will never fucking see me again. Right? Rusty Grammar says, yeah, Aaron, I'm one of them. Yeah, see? Sam Show says, you take Jew money. Exactly. So therefore, MSO, this show is not hell. You stop that. You love it. Therefore, if you paid me $5 million a year for 3 years, yeah, I have no ethics. I have no spine when it comes to that shit. I will sell everything I believe down the river for a few cool $1 million. Because once you have a little fuck you money, and I consider $10 million after taxes to be fuck you money. Once you have fuck you money, say fuck you, right? Words. I don't understand. Like, it must be really hard to say no to like upping your lifestyle when you make that much money. But I think sometimes, like, she makes $8 million a year. If you keep the life you have and take $8 million, work for 1 year, and then fucking never again. But it's the trappings of money, right? You know, you get it and you want to buy shit. It's hard to fight. I really admire people who have like the first dime they've ever made and are real skinflints. Redbird with $1 says we call that because an unprincipled sack of shit. Right. Yes. Did I mention the $15 million part? You can buy my principle. You can buy it. You can, don't you value your principles? Yes, I do. But I value them in the low six-figure range, really. And even, some people would consider that arrogant, even at that point. Guys, we got about a half hour left in tonight's show. Not a lot of movement in tomorrow morning's goal, but like I said, I was kind of expecting us to go back to goals tomorrow. If you do knock it out in the next 30 minutes, that $215, we will go until 9 o'clock tonight. But if you just knock it down a little for the morning show, I think we can get back ahead before the end of the week. This lady is a complete asshole. I am on a campaign to make sure that every state in the country passes a law to imprison every parent that leaves their kid in the car, hot or cold, doesn't matter, while they go to the bar or they go into some fucking bullshit thing and they just leave the kid in there. I mean, in some of these cases, like in this next story we're about to do, the kid dies. And all I want is these parents to be either stoned to death or imprisoned for the rest of their life. But like in our legal system, they almost get like not the benefit of the doubt, but they get like sympathy. I'm sorry, but you didn't give a shit about your kid if you left them in a hot car. You should get less than sympathy. You should get punished more severely. Because you're supposed to be the caretaker of the child. You're supposed to be the child's protector. And you left them in a hot car while you went and did some trivial errand. That should mean that you're punished more intensely, not less than. But this story, you shallow bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
New at 5, a Porterville family is struggling with the death of a 1-year-old boy. Bakersfield police say the baby's mother intentionally left him and his 2-year-old brother inside a hot car for hours. The toddler survived, but his baby brother did not. Their grandmother is horrified by what the children experienced.
They were strapped in their car seats. They couldn't even get up to save themselves. She literally locked them in their car seats and shut the...
Oh, no, not a white person. Oh, come on. How is this epidemic sweeping the nation? I thought we were going to contain this to black folk. No, this can't happen.
They were strapped in their car seats. They couldn't even get up to save themselves. She literally locked them in their car seats.
How do so many people have chirping fucking smoke detectors? How does that not drive you fucking insane? Change the goddamn battery. Or in some instances, it means you have to change out the entire unit. But fucking do something. Oh my God. So many, and now it's white people with the chirping.
Literally locked them in their car seats and shut the doors.
Thank you for joining us for Action News Live at 5. I'm Graciela Moreno.
And good evening, I'm Warren Armstrong. The details of this story are shocking, especially as the Central Valley braces for some of the hottest days of the summer this week. We have team coverage tonight. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Musso is tracking the triple-digit temperatures headed our way.
But let's begin with Action News reporter Kate Nemerich, who spoke with the...
I was just going to say, you introduced that story and now you're going to go to the fucking weather guy? Can we fucking... Stay with me for a second here, ADD at 5.
Children's grandmother at her home in Porterville today. She joins us live from the South Valley. Kate.
So no dad. That's pretty clear. No father in the picture because the mom killed the kid and now the grandma has the kid. So Another woman who just, picked the right guy to have kids with.
This is the park where a vigil was held for baby Emilio over the weekend. I spoke with his grandmother earlier, and she tells me she is really struggling with his death. In fact, over the past week, she says she has gotten into her own car several times with it off, no AC, and the windows rolled up just to see what her grandsons experienced. And she wants no other child to suffer the way they did.
That's fucked up that she does that. That's crazy.
In the living room of a Porterville home sits a large photo of a baby. Prayer candles are lined up in front of it.
What is it with Mexicans and prayer candles, by the way? I don't understand. Like, all Mexicans have to have those giant tube Jesus and saint candles. I don't understand Mexicans.
A memorial for 1-year-old Emilio Gutierrez, whose life was tragically cut short. Bakersfield police say he was left in a car with his 2-year-old brother late last month while their mother went into a med spa. On Monday,
a med spa! She went into a fucking plastic surgery place. Why? So you could have your ass lifted or your tits lifted so you could find a new dad for the kids that you don't give a fuck about? So you could find a new cock to invite into your bed and help raise your kids? Lord knows you ain't doing it. What, you had to get those titties taken care of? What, was feeding the kids such a burden that it sagged the tits a little? And maybe the next guy you wanted to fuck and not wear a condom with, you wanted to make sure they were a little more supple for him? You fucking skin deep cunt.
Boy's grandmother sorted through family photos, haunted by the thought of the children trapped in the sweltering heat.
I couldn't stop screaming.
Does she have a fucking tattoo above her eyebrow? Is this whole family just fucking trash?
Kept picturing them alone. I can't even imagine what they went through.
Arrest documents from June 29th allege their mother, 20-year-old Maya Hernandez, had left the boys in the car for 2.5 hours while she had a cosmetic procedure done.
I called it. I fucking nailed it. Mommy's got to go have her tits or her nose or her ass done so she can attract you a new daddy. So wait in the fucking July heat in the car. God, there's not a punishment bad enough for her. But you know what? She'll cry in court. I'm a single mother, and I have so many things to worry about, and I just love my children so much. And there'll be some fucking judge who will be moved to tears, or women can't do anything wrong, and then they'll give her a break. They always do.
And never went to check on them.
You can fucking kill one of your kids. And they'll go, well, it's better that the mom's there. No, it's demonstrably proven that it's not better when the mom's there.
I don't know what
she is a liability.
She was doing.
Oh my God. It's a 9-volt battery. Can you guys excuse me for 1 second? Just honestly, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I have to do this. For the love of Jesus Christ, fucking monkey balls. You see these? Pick one. Look at it. Look, I got a shitload of them. Take one. Take the fucking battery. Put it in your fucking, hold on a second. You see this thing here? There's a thing. It'll even tell you where to put it. You take the thing, there'll be a plus and there'll be a minus. And you just look, you put it in there, you match them up. Wouldn't it be funny if mine went off? You put them in the fucking thing and you close the cocksucker. There, see? And now You have a fucking smoke detector. Yay! I'll put that back up in a second. I have a show to do. Holy shit. I'm just glad it's not happening to the whites. This woman's last name is Martinez. She's a pale-skinned Latino. There's a lot of shit going on in this story that really pisses me off. I mean, the dead kid, obviously. The leaving the kid in the car, obviously. But the fucking smoke detectors, Jesus, guys. And does anyone on the news, like when the reporters and the crew are there, to like, ma'am, before we continue shooting, do you think you could go fix that? And she'd be like, how? They don't just do that? You just go put a fucking battery in, please.
She wasn't like that. She was a really loving mom. Those boys loved her. They really loved her and they relied on her.
Emilio was found with a body temperature of 107 degrees. He died at the hospital.
Loaded Wrench with $2 says you just went up 1.2 million views. No likes. That's true. Yeah, they would fucking hate if I did that. I would have a lot of downvotes for doing that part. Hit the like button.
His older brother, whose temperature was recorded at 99 degrees, was treated and released. In the police report, Hernandez allegedly told officers she had left the car running with the air conditioning on. But when they arrived on scene, the interior was warm. Investigators later learned from the vehicle's manufacturer that the car has an automatic shutoff feature that turns the engine off after 1 hour. It's estimated the children were left without air conditioning for at least an hour and a half.
Fucking
A nurse
hell.
at the spa told police that Hernandez had asked in advance if she could bring her children to the appointment. But when she arrived, she didn't indicate she had brought them. The nurse also said the appointment only took 15 to 20 minutes.
What the fuck were you doing in there? Blowing the doctor for his services? I shouldn't say that. She might have been. Oh my God. You can get Botox another day, or you can have grandma watch them. God, the selfishness of... Give your fucking kids away. This is why I'm this is why I can't commit to being fully pro-life. Some people need to just not bring the kid into the world. Like, this woman does not belong having children.
Stood there with her lips done. That's
Her
what she
lips
gets.
done. Oh, thank God you had your lips done. What about your other unfortunate facial features? And ladies, stop with the fucking eyebrows. Nobody gives a fuck. And you look like a hoe.
His life for was to have that.
Oh, she has a neck tattoo. Okay, so she's one of the classy ones. I take back everything I said.
That look on her.
Police wrote that when Hernandez was told Emilio died, she said she knew it was irresponsible to leave her kids in the car. The boy's grandmother doesn't want anyone else to make the same choice.
I mean, if you just take 20 minutes out of your day and go in your car and sit in your car and feel how it feels, I think that's the only thing that will teach.
Don't leave your 2- and 1-year-old unattended in a fucking car. I don't care if it's like 55 degrees and the kids are going to be super comfortable being inside the not running car. You don't leave a 1- and 2-year-old unattended in a vehicle under any circumstances. And don't pull this, you don't know how hard this shit is. I've done it. I've raised 1- and 2-year-olds. There's ways around everything. Hey, I got to run someplace and I've got to do a thing. Oh, can I bring the kids in with me? I'd fucking better. Oh, I can't bring the kids in with me? Can grandma and grandpa watch them for a little bit? Oh, no? Well, then I better fucking do it some other time. Especially getting your fucking lips done. They should rip the fucking injections out. They should go in there with a needle and suck shit out of your lips. For starters.
Teach you how to know what a kid feels, because I've done it like 4 or 5 times already, and it's crazy.
Poor woman.
The boy's father, Martinez's son, is incarcerated on unrelated charges.
Well, the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll be together. Oh, fucking hell. This is a disaster of a family.
She says he learned of his son's death from a jail chaplain the next day.
Hernandez was arraigned on charges of involuntary manslaughter and child cruelty. She's due back in court on Friday for a pre-preliminary hearing and is being held on a more than $1 million bail. Live in Porterville, I'm Kate Nemrich.
I'm going to say right now, I bet she doesn't go to jail. I'm going to bet right now that she does not go to jail. You watch. Oh, my God. Nader P says, this is why you do not walk the streets of Bakersfield. Tonight we learned that... Nader P, Jesus. People were asking me to lick the battery. I'm not going to lick the battery. A lot of LOLs and laughy crying face emojis in the chat. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate that. Atomic Ray says, wrong attitude, Toe. The younger they have children, the sooner those bad eggs are gone. Yeah, except the ones that die at 1 because their mother's a fucking failure and their dad's a shitbird. My Lost Interest says, lock her up in a cell with no AC. I agree. Anonymous Fake Dono says, Gordy would make a great super dog. I'm sure Miss Tay would approve. Miss Tay would love to see Gordy in a movie. Totally. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate that. Hey, guys, 2:10 away from tomorrow morning's goal. It looks like we are done being ahead. It was a great time. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, man, we got goals again. That's not the spirit to have. It has been fantastic for these last 2-3 weeks, not having to do goals during a show. I hope the shows have been good. I hope you've enjoyed them. I will ask this in the next 15, 20 minutes we've got. If you could get us down under 200 for tomorrow morning, I think that would be great. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys for your contributions. 210 away from tomorrow morning. And again, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Atomic Ray with $2 says, some slipped through the cracks. Need more moms, Toe. Need more moms, need more dads. Just need more fucking level-headed people, man. It's so frustrating to watch shit like that. Well, let's open up a couple more stories here, seeing we've got 15, 20 minutes left to go. Oh, we got fireworks injuries. We got immigration stories. Oh, and the new Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We can get into all that tonight, plus a lot of your chat stuff, a lot of your gifted memberships, you know? A lot of your contributions that are still to come yet as we look to get under $200 for tomorrow morning. And even though we're not going to be ahead for tomorrow morning, we can still make it a nice and easy day, if you will. Thanks, guys. Thanks again. And we appreciate your kindness. Man injured after a firework was thrown at him in Seattle. That's typically what happens when people chuck live fireworks at each other. Somebody does tend to get hurt. It is amazing that we lobby so hard, like as citizens. We're like, they got to legalize fireworks. We got to let these fireworks be legal so people can light them off on the 4th of July. And meanwhile, every year at this time, we don't take any steps to show that we can handle it, ever. It's always people getting fingers and hands blown off. It's people chucking fireworks at each other. It's drunk people shooting bottle rockets out of car windows. It's like, hey, man, they ought to trust adults to just be able to handle fireworks. And it's like, all right, you show me the video as evidence that shows we can handle it, especially on the 4th of July. I'll wait. The Seattle Police Department says a 23-year-old man suffered significant injuries to his face after a firework was thrown at him in the Chinatown International District on Monday night. You think the Chinese would be responsible with the fireworks? Just before midnight, officers responded to what was initially reported as a shooting at a parking lot near 9th Avenue South and South Jackson Street. Police arrived and found the man with injuries to his face, but did not find any gunshot wounds, according to a release. After the man was brought to Harborview Medical Center in stable condition, SPD says witnesses reported seeing a car driving by and someone inside allegedly threw a large firework at them. So it's a drive-by fireworking. Yeah, you know what? We're totally ready for these to be legalized. I mean, we're going to handle them with such responsibility. Some dickhead sees a guy walking by on the road and just chucks a firework at him, and we're supposed to be able to be trusted. Seattle police says officers reviewed video in the area and saw a dark-colored car speeding away following the incident. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find him. You know what? Hold your breath. You're going to find the guy 100%. God, every 4th of July, we it's like we took a test and we failed it. You know? 09 Canyon says, we lit sparklers in the car. Could have been worse, but I don't recommend. Yeah. Sam Show says, shut up. Roman candle battles are fun. No. I'm not saying they're not fun. I'm saying we sit there and we straight-faced every year make an argument to government that they should allow us to have these fireworks because we can totally be responsible with them. And meanwhile, you got people walking around with disfigured hands. You got guys chucking fireworks at each other on the highway. It's just like, we're our own worst enemy, I think. Atomic Ray says Sleazy had one where a firework took out a very large female monkey. Fucking insane what they do with technology. Sam Show says, yeah, when you make things illegal, bad guys can't get them. They should allow us is bitch made. Well, then go get your fireworks illegally like we do here in Minnesota and go have a great time. All I'm saying is that you're not convincing anyone of your argument when you're blowing limbs off of people. That's the government's job to send you off somewhere to get your limbs blown off. Not ours. Hey, Walter, thank you, buddy, for the $10. Walter over on PayPal with a 10. I think a couple more, and then we're under 200. We're at 200 right now. We're at an even 200 for tomorrow morning. Goals will be back tomorrow morning. We did say we would go till 9 o'clock if we knocked out tomorrow morning's goal, but I don't. Look, I didn't even think. I said at the beginning of the show, I don't think we're going to do that. But I am putting the offer out there. Let's see if we can't get another 5. Start tomorrow morning under 200 and have ourselves a nice little go of it here on the toe. So there, yeah, that guy, he's in the hospital right now. He's in stable condition because he got drive-by fireworked. Fucking killing it, America. I got to tell you. You're doing an incredible job. There's no doubt about it. Oh, here's that polling I was talking about. I really did think that this was going to be on tomorrow morning's show, so I kind of teased it. I did not know we had this for tonight. But CNN brought their Italian guy on who tries to pretend he's not Italian. And he had some numbers to report. And this is like one of my favorite segments CNN does. It's their God damn it, we fucking lost again segment. So they go to this polling. And this polling is supposed to show, oh, here you go. You ready to see what a fucking dipshit Donald Trump is? You ready to see what a stupid asshole Donald Trump is? And then they go to their polling guy like they didn't rehearse this before the newscast. And he goes, yeah, it turns out he's not near as much of an asshole as we want him to be. This is the polling they did was on illegal immigrants. Now, not about criminal illegal immigrants. I've said before that I think Trump's immigration policy right now is too soft. And even Tom Homan says that. He's like, we got to do 7,000 illegals deported a day to reverse what happened under the Biden administration. Now, I think we should just be deporting people who are here illegally. But the Trump administration's attitude is, we'll deport people who are here illegally with a criminal record, and then that'll cause a bunch of people to self-deport, so maybe we won't have to deport them ourselves. They'll just leave, and then when we're done with all of those people, then we'll get to the other illegals. But it turns out that the American people voted for a more extreme immigration policy. Check this out from CNN.
Deport all immigrants who are here illegally, 55% of the New York Times, Marquette 64%, CBS News 57%, ABC News with a slightly different question, 56%.
This isn't like Fox News and Rasmussen doing these polls. These are all left-leaning news agencies. Maybe not Mark. I don't know much about Marquette. But New York Times, CBS News, and ABC News, nobody's going to mistake them for conservative outlets. And they're not asking about illegal immigrants with criminal records. This is them saying deport all immigrants who are here illegally. And the polling from ABC, their part of it said undocumented. What should we do with undocumented? And they turned out to be just the same level as everyone else. Like, people have gotten used to the code words by now, and they understand what they mean, and they just kind of push them aside. So all of this polling showed that do you know how hard it is to get 55% of the American public to agree on anything? And here they can agree that illegal immigrants should be, they got to go.
So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters.
They all say yes. And again, they don't say what the Trump administration says. They don't say criminal illegals. They say, nope, just all illegals in general. All of them. Fauci's Pangolin says, so Republicans are at like 98%. Yeah, probably. I mean, if you broke it down that way, it would be like 98% Republicans say yes. 10% of Democrats say yes. And like 49% of independents say yes. Sam Show says Trump administration's attitude is just do a bunch of half measures that ultimately just benefit Israel. Well, Sam Show, he's, you can't convince Sam Show that it's not all for Israel. 200 away from tomorrow morning. Drop a $5 in there. Get us under 200. It just looks good visually to me. That's all it is. It's just for my anal retentiveness. That's all. Gray Duckling with a good point. How many didn't want to say yes? Ooh, gift Gray Duckling a membership over on Rumble. That's true. How many didn't want to say yes? That's the same thing in polling when it comes to voting for Trump. They always theorize, how many of these people are probably voting for Trump, but they don't want to say they are because they don't want that fucking judgmental look from some Ivy League asshole who just graduated and is doing this polling as part of his poli-sci degree. I don't know. We're going to end on this tonight just because, well, first of all, let's say that Minnesota lawmaker that was shot this summer, he was released. He was released from the hospital. He is good to go. I think he got out yesterday or today. The one who survived, not Hoffman, but the other one. He's getting out, and he was lucky enough that he lived through it. Brett Mack says, going overtime or no? Well, we're going to 8:30. I said we would go to 9 o'clock if we knocked out tomorrow morning's goal for the morning show. That was a $290 goal. I didn't think that you guys were going to knock it out, but if you did, yes, I was going to go until 9 o'clock. But again, you guys have been incredible. So thank you for that. And no, I'm not going to bend on that. Like if you got to 100 in the next 5 minutes, I'm still not going to do it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is debuting a new flavor. I hope you think this is fucking disgusting. If you guys like this, I don't know if we can be friends. You might be mutants from another planet. General Mills is releasing a Cinnamon Toast Crunch teaming with Hormel Black Label to create a bacon version of the cereal. Now, I'm not saying that Cinnamon Toast Crunch is yielding to Hormel and making a bacon-flavored cereal. That's not what I'm saying. They're taking Cinnamon Toast Crunch, teaming with Hormel Black Label, and making a cinnamon bacon cereal. This is one of the most fucking disgusting ideas I've ever heard. And you know what's most disgusting about it? I think a lot of people are going to love it. I think people who are watching this show right now are going to say, oh man, that sounds good. I can't wait to try that. This sounds fucking disgusting, guys. According to the company, the cereal will be infused with the smoky flavor of bacon and blasted with Cinnadust. How is that good? This collaboration is rewriting the rules of breakfast, said Brandon Tyrell, the senior marketing manager at General Mills. Bringing these two iconic breakfast staples and irresistible flavors together gives our fans even more reason why they must Cinnadust. You guys aren't going to try this, are you? That's the bag. Since when does cereal start coming in that kind of a bag? I'm getting old, man. That's how my grandpa must have felt. Starting Tuesday, July 9th. I think they mean Wednesday, July 9th, because today is Tuesday. That actually fucked me up for a second. Today is Tuesday, and it's the 8th. Starting July 9th, fans can buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch Hormel Black Label Bacon-flavored cereal exclusively at Walmart.com. It's $5.84 a bag, so it's about $6 a bag for you to have the privilege of cinnamon bacon-flavored cereal. After seeing the fan response to last year's collaboration with flavored thick cut bacon, we knew we had to bring these two breakfast icons back together. We're shaking up the way bacon fits into daily routines, and we can't wait for customers to experience it. This is one cereal where the Muslims have it right. I'm sorry. Doggo Doesn't Die with $5. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate that. You officially got us under 200 for tomorrow morning. That's awesome. Thank you so much. MSO says RIP Crunchy. Yeah, we haven't seen Crunchy for a couple of weeks now, huh? That happens though. Like Crunchy will disappear for a little bit. And then she'll pop up and she'll throw like $150 at the toe just to prove to MSO she's not dead. I like that arrangement we have. And then she goes back underground. All right, there is a PayPal notification on my phone. I don't know what it is. I'm anticipating that I'll be able to get out of here unless Steven went fucking retarded and went $200 on the toe, which I don't think this is. I'm going to hit refresh. We'll see. And barring this being someone giving us way too much fucking money, I'm going to get going in about 2 minutes here. Let's see. And refresh. Give me a second. Just give me one. I'm doing something. No big deal. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Just give me a second. Just getting the new thing pinned to the top of the page. I mean, I didn't have plans. I'm not doing anything.
But I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Why do they come to me to die? Why do they come to me to die?
Well, I can't understand none of it. This one begat that one, and that one begat this one, and begat, and lo and behold, someone says some shit to someone or another. Just how retarded are you?
Thank you, Stephen, for the $200, and we are goal-free tomorrow morning as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. I really do. Thank you so much for contributing. I believe in Steve Hendry. We're going till 9 o'clock tonight. We're also 195 away from tomorrow night's goal. So I'm anticipating, here's what I'm anticipating. Morning show knocks out the evening show. Evening show gets like, kind of like tonight, like reasonably close to Thursday morning, and we barely have a goal this week. So our string of not having any goals continues into tomorrow, as we're 195 away from tomorrow night. And I'm excited. I thank you so much. So Steven is now way ahead of everyone at 250, and everyone else stuck in about the 50 range. Thank you very much for that. Well, I already took the other stories and I moved them down into the morning show for tomorrow. Let me go and get those. And we'll continue here. Hold on. I counted my chickens before they hatch. Oh, tomorrow morning, by the by, we are going to be doing the Tucker Carlson I almost said Shah of Iran. The Tucker Carlson Ayatollah, or I think it's the president, right? It's going to be the president of Iran in his interview with Tucker Carlson. I kind of want to play that Tucker clip of him talking about the Epstein stuff. We have that one here somewhere. Tucker Carlson warns Trump could. Yeah, let's do that. I know I've got this for tomorrow, but I want to do it for tonight as well. Doggo Doesn't Die says, they say optimism is good for the soul. No shit, right? Having Steven as a fan of yours is good for the soul. That's for sure. Thank you, guys. MSO says, go till midnight. No, in fact, I was just about to put a price on going till midnight, but now I'm terrified that someone's going to meet that price and I'll have to go till midnight. So I'm going to learn to keep my mouth shut. Thank you very much. Tucker Carlson is warning that Trump could spark a revolution with the very dangerous Epstein cover-up. Now, Tucker's a hopeful guy. And I think in many ways, Tucker is a little bit naive. I think Tucker still believes in the American spirit. I think he still believes in the American people. And that's admirable. I wish I could, but I've seen too much. I don't believe in them. You know, we keep repeating that Carlin line. Everybody has a cell phone that makes pancakes, so nobody rocks the boat. I mean, we are neck deep in bread and circuses, really. I mean, we don't have the focus. We don't have the attention span to stay mad at something for long enough. Plus, the brilliant thing the two-party system has done is if you consider yourself on one side, they've made you terrified of the other. So even if your side fucks up, which Trump has been a complete disappointment so far with this Epstein stuff, tariffs are coming back August 1st unless he gets some fucking deals done. You know, I've had people in the comments criticizing me because like, he's gotten a lot done on trade. The tariffs are a good thing. I'm like, tariffs are never good. Tariffs are dog shit. Trade deficits happen when you buy more than the other country does. You can't expect America and South Korea to spend the same amount of money on each other's shit. It just doesn't happen that way. So the tariff thing was supposed to inspire these countries to sign trade deals with us. And while a couple countries did sign trade deals with us, a lot of them didn't. A lot of them did not sign trade deals with them, and we have to slap them with tariffs on August 1st. Otherwise, we look like fucking pussies. And now you got the Iran thing, and you got Trump bending over for Israel all the time. And now you've got this Epstein thing, which is part of Trump bending over for Israel every time. And Tucker saying, well, he risks a revolution. I'm going to tell you something right now. The American people do not have the stomach for a revolution in this country. I was surprised they had the stomach to barely vote Trump in the first time. I mean, I was shocked that we did that, but we don't have a revolution in us. In order for people to revolt, they have to have nothing to lose. We all have way too much to lose. Stuff, houses, families. We're kept just fat and happy enough to not complain about what's going on. So I like Tucker Carlson. I appreciate, I look up to Tucker Carlson. I think he's unbelievably impressive and inspiring at his job, but I don't think he's right on this one. We'll get to the clip in just a second. Vidam with $2 says, what happened to Crunchy tonight? My beautiful sex buddy. Whoa, buddy.
Oh, buddy.
What? Who knew? Who knew? 195 away from tomorrow night. Thank you very much. So here's Tucker talking about the Epstein cover-up, and it is a cover-up. Like Dave Smith was playing Dan Bongino from 2023 and then Dan Bongino from yesterday, now that he's, a member of the deep state. And boy, it's just so different. He looks like a terrorist hostage when he talks now. But this is Tucker Carlson talking about the possibility of a small revolution because of this Epstein stuff. Again, I love his passion. I love his ideals. But at the same time, I just don't see the American. First of all, I don't see MAGA abandoning Trump to that level because they're all scared of the Democrats and the progressives and trans swimmers and shit like that. So I don't think they're going to abandon. I don't think they'll revolt against Trump.
I don't want to see mass violence or any of these other.
Well, you're a married father.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
right.
like, I am too. It's
Right.
totally vested in the future of the country.
Exactly. I don't want that to happen.
No.
But as an analyst or as somebody familiar with history, somebody who has an audience and can pick up on social trends, people are mad as hell right now.
I don't know this guy. I don't dislike him. I don't know who the hell he is. But people are mad. But I feel like people aren't mad enough about this Epstein thing. It's like, if people could reach across the aisle and understand that lefties are your friends on this one, like Cenk Uygur's fucking pissed off. Cenk Uygur's got a big audience. Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson and Dave Smith should link up with Cenk Uygur on this. It doesn't mean they have to fuck each other. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they have to agree on taxes. But until we learn that sometimes the people we see as our enemies are our pals, and we should take these things on an issue-by-issue basis and not make them blood feuds, we're never going to win. The powers that be will always have the upper hand against us. So, like, with this shit, with the Epstein stuff, I guess people are mad, but they're not mad enough. A fucking international pedophile ring that was used to blackmail powerful people and organized by the Mossad and CIA was let go after they imprisoned one lady and killed another guy, and they're just allowed. And did you see today Trump was being asked, we're going to put it on tomorrow's show, Trump was asked by some press guy about the Epstein stuff and the 1 minute missing from the tape. Nobody's talking about the minute missing from the tape. There is a tape outside Epstein's jail cell of the night of his death, and for 1 minute, it's missing. Nobody fucking cares. They asked Trump about this stuff, and he goes, oh, who cares? People are tired of hearing about it. The fucking Not the Bee, they applauded Trump. Not the Bee, by the way, I'll still use their shit, but I'm fucking done. They're in the tank, man. Not the Bee is completely in the tank. They are not an independent thinker. They've got Trump's back on this Epstein shit, which makes me wonder about them. They cheerlead everything Israel does too, like Israel's our fucking pal. And then these people, like an international pedophile ring organized by intelligence groups to blackmail our compatriots. And Not the Bee is like, yeah, wasn't it awesome that Trump owned this reporter? No, the reporter's right. Trump is wrong. You should be getting the reporter's side on this and holding Trump's feet to the fire on the Epstein shit. And I got bad news for you, Not the Bee. I know he's your God King. I know you want to follow him everywhere, but guess what? He's probably covering this up because he's involved. Sorry. He's already lied about how many times he was with the guy. We have more evidence that he was with the guy more than just one time at Mar-a-Lago. Trump was hanging out with the guy before Mar-a-Lago was even Mar-a-Lago. So, sorry, no. But you got so many people out there who are like, if I don't love Trump no matter what he does, then the libs are going to take over. And it's like, well, guess what? Any lib, quote unquote, any progressive who thinks that this Epstein stuff is bullshit. I'm on their side more than I'm on Trump's side on that issue. Sorry. I guess that makes me a gay trans commie. I guess I'm a gay trans commie. But I disagree with Tucker that there's going to be a revolution over this. People don't get mad enough. They're being fucked with and they don't care.
They're angry.
Too mad.
Angry.
Too mad.
Yes.
No, I agree. I'm legit. That Epstein thing.
And by the way, Ben Shapiro is 1,000%. Like, I don't even consider him an American commentator anymore. He's an Israeli stooge. He's an Israeli puppet. He's a Netanyahu employee at this point. I don't consider Ben Shapiro an American. I don't consider him my compatriot. I don't consider him my countryman because I think he serves another master. He was celebrating this Epstein shit yesterday. Ben Shapiro was on his show going, well, that's it now. Now you got to stop with Epstein. We trust these people. And they said that it didn't happen, so it didn't happen. Ben's in the tank for Israel. He is more loyal to Israel than the United States of America. If Israel wanted to bomb a bunch of innocent people, I know it's a reach, and America said no, Ben would criticize America and back Netanyahu. He's not an American.
Even about Epstein, I think I know what the Epstein thing was. Everybody knows what it was. I think YouPorn is the same thing.
Yes.
They're collecting information to blackmail people on YouPorn. Do you think a foreign government doesn't have access to the back end of YouPorn? I think they do.
YouPorn, Pornhub, all of that. Look at who owns it. Yeah, they're gathering information to blackmail people. 100%.
And so I get it. I understand, everyone knows what's up. But to insult the population by...
I wonder Sam Show's opinion on Tucker, because you know who Tucker's talking about and you know who he wants to say, but he still won't say it. Like, if your audience is big enough, you can't go like full on with this stuff.
Saying, no, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, I think you're really playing with fire when you do that.
Especially when you said the conspiracy and then now revert
it's
to
too
the
much.
line.
It's too much.
That is too much.
Do you know, can you call Pam Bondi and say, I think Pam Bondi's under a ton of pressure. Again, I've always liked Pam Bondi. I know her. I think she's under enormous pressure. I don't know how good she is under pressure. I'm trying to be nice. But I don't think that she's like a sinister person who is, doing the work of Leon Black and Ehud Barak on purpose, really. But I wonder if they know this is a real thing here.
They have to know.
I don't know. I think the Occam's razor approach, the most likely scenario, is that they threatened Pam Bondi and they threatened Kash Patel and said, you get in line or else. I don't think they're important, big enough people to like bring them into the club. I don't think they got admission into the satanic country club. But I do think they were like, hey, look, it better to be at the right hand of the devil than in his path. Do this and we'll leave you alone.
And the reason why I think they have to know is that the breadcrumbs that got us to this moment have already been sprinkled. Kash Patel testified and said it was suicide. Went on the Joe Rogan podcast and said, if I had that information, don't you think I would tell you?
No, I don't. Because I think you have that information you haven't told us.
Killed himself. That was basically, this was an enshrinement of many of the things that they'd already put out there. And the criticism and really the outrage over each of those individual.
Is this the Sakar guy? Is this the Crystal and Sakar? Is that who that is?
Comments. Let's say the so-called Epstein files released with many of the influencers. There was outrage at every step. So they're not stupid.
But how can you say that thousands of children were raped, but I'm not going to find out who raped them?
Yeah.
How can you say that?
I agree completely.
They said that. By the way, when Pam Bondi went on television and said, I have a videotape of kids getting abused, I followed this case closely, and I know a lot of the people involved, as I've told you.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. I didn't know that. Really? Thousands of children got raped?
Yeah.
Who raped them? Where are the rapists? Like, why aren't they in jail? This is the Department of Justice.
Yes.
Because America won't arrest Mossad and CIA agents? Because these people are protected because they've gone to war for Israel as America? They've done their job. They've been loyal soldiers. So they let it happen. And then they covered it up. I got bad news, guys. The good guys don't win. The good, that's why it's so amazing, and we celebrate the good guy winning when it happens, because it doesn't happen very often. You know, the good guys have to fight twice as hard to win. And even when the good guys win, like Trump winning, I thought was the good guys winning. The good guys can still be corrupted once they get in there. Trump is not incorruptible. He's a fucking real estate mogul from New York.
Yes.
That is so crazy. This is honestly one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, like, just don't insult our intelligence. Let Ghislaine Maxwell out of jail. You know? Because, like, if nothing happened, there's no black book and there's no client list, even though there was one and they had to close it up for her case, not reveal it to the public, just let her go. Rub our nose in it. Like, don't treat us like assholes. Hey, we're going to keep her in prison. For what? Sex trafficking. Who'd she sex traffic? Nobody. Who'd she sex traffic him to? Nobody. Where's the client list? Doesn't exist. Well, let her go. There's nothing to hold her there for.
And I just think it's very dangerous to.
That's the end of. Okay. Yeah, like we'll probably do a little more Epstein stuff tomorrow, but really it's just like it's infuriating to the point of being depressing, you know? Sam Show says, hey, Aaron, you want to know something crazy? This isn't the worst thing the feds are involved with involving kids. It gets way darker. Well, yeah, we've heard that for a while. You know? Atomic Ray says, more than just doing their jobs, they are covering up while lying to our face. Business as usual. Yeah, it's and you know, I don't take pride in being right on shit like this, because I'm not the only one saying it. In fact, a lot of people were saying it. But I was like, I'm not going to believe that this Epstein shit's coming out until they come out with it. Remember when they had that big thing on the White House lawn where they gave a bunch of right-wing mouthpieces a bunch of Epstein documents, and they're like, oh boy, you guys are in for it. This is fucking crazy. I mean, Pam Bondi is on tape saying there's videos of kids. Nothing. But Bondi is now claiming the 10,000s of videos they removed from Epstein are downloaded CP, not recordings from the pedo island. Really, that's not what she said before. And even so, like, that's illegal too. Start arresting people. Start busting people. I have a better idea. If this really is a giant nothing burger and it's not a big deal that any of this stuff happened, release all the files to us then. Let us look at them. You let us look at the Kennedy stuff. Kennedy! You let us look at all that. Like, let us look at all the Epstein files. And it'll say exactly what you say it will. I mean, I know they're not going to do that, but come on. If you're telling the truth and you got nothing to hide, let us see. Brian says, F Bondi, she is just as bad. I'll tell you this. I'm glad Matt Gaetz isn't the attorney general, because I don't want to see Matt Gaetz sullied by this. I don't want to see Matt, because they would have made, guys, there is no one superhero who could have stopped this. They were threatening to kill people, in my opinion. They were threatening to, why do you think these guys age so badly when they go to work in the White House? When they find out how the sausage was made and their hair turns white, they get bags under their eyes. It's because of how horrifying the things they get told are and how it weighs on their soul. You know? Brian, I agree. Covering for a pedo is equal to being one. I would agree with that. Because you know it's wrong and you still enable it. But Matt Gaetz would have been corrupted too, and I don't want to see Matt Gaetz corrupted in that way. Oh, we got about 10 minutes left, and boy, did I pick a real upper to do towards the end of the show. But I hope it was good. I hope Steven enjoyed it. It really only matters if Steven enjoyed it, because Steven paid for it, for us to do that level. Let's see. Is this the same clip that we saw?
honestly one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire.
Yeah, this is the same clip. I mean, I want to know who that guy with him was, because I think it's the Cigar guy. Yeah, Cigar and Jaddy. That's his name. Cigar and Jaddy. He's got that news show with Crystal Ball. Could spark a... Yeah, I don't agree with the spark a revolution thing, though. Tucker Carlson apologizes to Epstein. Oh, shit.
I'll speak for myself. I never thought that I would be offering an apology to Jeffrey Epstein. I think of all the times I've maligned that guy, all the times I'm accused him of crimes.
Oh, never mind. He's being a cunt.
Crimes, of blackmailing people, of trafficking children to powerful figures around the world on behalf of global intel services. And then I learned yesterday from Attorney General Pam Bondi that's totally untrue.
Yes, yeah.
The guy killed himself after 36 days in prison for no reason. He was a billionaire. He had no clients. He'd done nothing wrong other than get like naughty massages 20 years before. And the guy killed himself, another pointless death. And then his best friend, former girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, doing 20 years in prison for no crime. There are no victims.
Yes, it's a victimless crime. They're obviously persecuted by the state.
Yes.
They're political prisoners, really. It's The Hague should come in and do an investigation, or we're watching one of the most systematic government cover-ups of all time.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that second one. I'm going to go with the second one. And, you know, remember when we were cute and we thought that the internet was going to be this sunlight that was going to disinfect all of this stuff? And Alex Jones was one of the people who said, you know, they're just going to do it in plain sight now. They're just going to do it right in front of you. Like, if anything, the internet made it worse because it exposed to us how powerless we are against these people. There's only one thing these demons fear, and that's their lives being taken. That's it. It's amazing. When you think about Johnny and I were talking about this today. They can threaten our lives. They can take us away. They can lock us in cages. They can put guns to our families' heads. For whatever, if we ever threaten them, if we ever say you're interfering with our liberty, you're doing things that are against the people, we're going to come get you. That's a threat. They can send people to your house, put guns in your face, lock you in a cage, threaten your life. They're allowed to do that. You can't say the tree of liberty needs to be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots every generation. You can't talk like that too much or they're going to come get you. But they can come get you. If you do something they don't like, they can come and get you. You can't go and get them. If they aggress against you, and make no mistake, the Jeffrey Epstein stuff is aggressing against the American people. It is a direct infringement on our liberty and on our sovereignty as a nation and as a free people. But if you start saying that that's tyrannical behavior, you know, Tucker Carlson talks about, you know, this could spark a revolution. They come to your house and they take you away before you even get to that point. I mean, it's a wonderful game that's rigged in their favor. It fucking sucks. It sucks. Let's go. Sam Show says they were always doing it out in the open. Before the internet, you had to hear about this shit directly from the media. Yeah, but now they're doing it in front of your face. You know it's bullshit. You know, they used to give us a reach around when they would butt fuck us. They would come up with some bullshit excuse, or they came up with some, you know, some story to make you believe it. And then the internet came around and they're like, oh, nobody's buying our stories anymore. They can all look it up on their own, and there's whistleblowers. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look them right in the eye. We're going to fuck them in the ass dry. And we're going to say, well, you know, you wanted to look into shit. You wanted to look behind the curtain. Here's what you're going to get. Sam Show says, sparking a revolution with this stock of American? Pff, as if. You're all pussies. We need to raise a trans army, I think. Maybe we need to raise a trans army to get this thing on and popping. IRS says churches can now endorse political candidates and maintain their tax-exempt status. Oh, my God. This is what happens when you have a lot of those New Age churches and, like, Muslim immigrants, and a lot of them vote Democrat, is now Democrats and Republicans will work together to get churches involved, because Republicans still have, like, the old school, Old and New Testament, still believe in it Christians. And the Democrats will have all the new pink-haired, eat all you want and not gain weight diet kind of Christians, and then all the third world Muslims and whatnot. So they'll all say, oh, yeah, religious places should absolutely be allowed to preach politics from the pulpit. Now, my opinion on this has always been, fuck you. You don't pay the entrance fee that I do. You don't get to say shit. Separation of church and state. Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, render unto God that which belongs to God. You don't render unto Caesar, so therefore you can shut the fuck up about politics. I pay my taxes, I get a say. But guess who fucking loves this and says, free speech much? You guessed it, the folks at Not the Bee. They love that religion can be more involved in our politics, because that always works out. I tell you, between them cheering on Trump, going to bat for Netanyahu, and them going to bat for Trump in shutting down any questions about Epstein, fuck Not the Bee. Honestly, fuck Not the Bee. Dago Doesn't Die says, hell, we only got allegedly 10% to stand up to England 250 years ago. That's true. Taste Fairy Ialto says, who cares what Mike Rotunda says? Oh, I'm sorry. Not Erwin R. Shyster, the Internal Revenue Service. You know what? I get confused sometimes too. Up until 2 days before the election, I thought the Ugandan giant was running for president. My bad. Sam Show says, to be fair, most Christian congregations don't even read the fucking Bible. No wonder this New Age shit even exists. I mean, it really is a bunch of people running around, and they're just basically being like, yeah, we're Christians and we're going to go to heaven. And you're like, oh, really? What? So you follow all the rules? And they're like, what rules? I'm like, oh, you know the rules. Like, yeah. Oh, no, we think Leviticus and Deuteronomy are icky. Like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, we think those parts of the Bible are icky, so we just don't follow those parts. Oh, okay, because I'm pretty sure God doesn't think it works that way. I'm pretty sure that stuff is in the book for a fucking reason, Jack. No. You see, we're not a religion. We're a marketing scheme. And we need to gather as many numbers in the pews as possible. And being morally righteous and upstanding and believing what our God teaches us, we're only like a quarter full on Sundays when we do that. But if we tell people that they can break all of God's rules, and as long as they come to our church and put a tithing in the basket, then they can totally go to heaven and they'll be fine and they're totally Christian. Then we get more people. Oh, so this whole thing is about putting butts in the seats and not necessarily, food for their spirit and souls. Now I get it. 09 Canyon says self-proclaimed Christians are doing literal witchcraft without shame. Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, for Christianity, it is the equivalent to the eat anything you want and don't gain weight diet. Yatago Doesn't Die and says, and totally redeem themselves. Precisely, yes. Well, thank you guys very much, and thank you, Stephen, for keeping us ahead. We have no goal tomorrow morning. Oh. And we're 195 away from tomorrow night. So I appreciate you guys. I think you're the best. Thank you, everybody who contributed, and thank you, Stephen, for playing Sugar Daddy for the toe. We will talk to you guys again tomorrow. There's Gordy. He knows I'm done. He knows what time it is. He knows the cadence of my wrap-up now so that I can take him outside. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Johnny is not dead. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your night.